Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this.
No! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1139. Today we are joined by Andrew Rivers and Dusty the Cockatiel.
That's my name also.
Is it?
Me and the bird have both had the beautiful hair. I feel like we're matching a little bit.
Yeah.
Except Dusty's showing off his tail feathers.
Yeah. Well, last time I showed off my tail feathers, your stream got shut down.
Yeah. We don't have the best track record.
No. And it was literally just talking about getting a shot that we had all gotten recently, and they were like, nope, you can't do this.
A shot at love?
I wish.
That wasn't Flavor Flav. Who was that?
That was Flavor
It
Flav.
was Flavor.
Yeah. Or no, Tila Tequila.
Okay, that was it, yeah.
They look very alike.
They do
Same
now.
difference.
So a little too much standing bed. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So we've got Andrew here, I think for the first hour, right?
Yeah, I got an hour, and then I got a show.
He's doing a show in Kirkland.
My mom wants me home, and
You're doing a show in Kirkland tonight?
Yeah.
Ooh, anybody local wants to leave us?
Yeah, don't.
Go drinking.
It's sold out, so I'm a big
stand
star.
outside.
And
you guys can go stand outside.
Just hang out outside the window, but Laughs Comedy Club in Seattle this weekend, Friday, Saturday. Roosevelt, U District.
Yeah.
I'm around.
I like it down there.
Still plenty of tickets available.
It's a good club.
Yes. Used to be a strip club.
Was it Jiggles for a while?
Jiggles. What a great name for a strip club.
Because the comedy club used to be called Giggles.
So
and
then
they didn't want to change the sign.
Yeah. They went out of business, and then the strip club got them as Jiggles.
Yeah.
Did they
and
change
then they got bought up by Laugh.
They were like, it's French. Giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be like a hot tub spot not too far from there. You remember that?
I never visited, but I had heard many stories.
Yeah, it was gross. Like it's literally.
What do they call them? Bathhouse?
Bathhouse.
Yeah.
It was where you would take prostitutes that didn't do car dates,
right?
Because they stopped doing the hotel rooms by an hour.
Right.
So you would go to this hot tub and you'd sit in the nasty vat, and do gross stuff, with your prostitute, and then you'd leave. There's also crack down by there. You can get a nice package of crack. You still can now.
You missed your calling as a Seattle tour guide.
Yeah. They do those on Uber now, or no, it's not Uber. What is it? It's what's the Airbnb?
Oh,
they do Airbnb like celebrity tours. Like you could set up one. And you could do like the Andrew Rivers Seattle tour. I could probably set one up and be like, I'll find you some crack. Billy the Fridge will find you some crack.
You could, you could do the Capitol Hill crack tour.
Yeah.
So I just pick spots around the city that are important to me, and I call it the
You can do that.
Exactly.
I've seen that
people.
when I've gotten like an Airbnb in Portland. It'll be like
this
local guide.
This is where I got my first DUI.
Yeah.
This is.
You can like do it where you only do it
like,
for like a group of like 6 or like something. So
no joke, you could literally be like local comedian bar hopping tour and take like a group of people.
A bunch of Chinese tourists just saw, this must be important. Yeah.
You can make your friends pay to hang out with you because you stop seeing them. Like, if you guys really want to hang out with me, I'll give you the tour.
I thought about that. Like, I have a friend who is so funny, but he's only funny when we're allowed to say things that we're not allowed to say. You know?
Like Scott.
Oh,
no, like trashing our friends or like talking money or like, some stuff that you just don't put out in public or making fun of famous people or like, people presidents that would have you killed and stuff like that.
Oh,
and I think about like, if you just do like, if we could just record our once a week conversations where we're catching up, and make people pay for that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
we just have to have like a close knit circle that's not gonna like, go tell everybody.
Yeah.
That we've been talking about Billy.
That's the problem. It'll come out.
We want to talk about Billy, but we just know.
Yeah, I say the worst stuff with my friends.
Yes.
And then I don't have friends anymore.
And some of that makes me laugh the hardest, though.
Yeah. I'm not racist, right?
No, absolutely.
I have to say that every time.
I don't even see Jew.
Every time.
I have to say that every time I say something racist.
Yeah, every time I say something racist, I have to preface it with I'm not racist. But my favorite race joke, my favorite racist joke.
Is this like the Monday Matt, my favorite movie is?
No. My favorite racist joke, you can interchange any race.
Yeah.
And it works,
Love
right?
that.
So just pick a race.
White.
Yeah.
How
do you? That's the easiest one to pick on. I could do it, but that's the easiest one to pick on. Like everybody can pick on white people.
Greek.
Greek? All right. How do you circumcise a Greek man?
I don't know.
Kick his sister in the jaw.
Okay.
Any race, it works. Any race. That's right. My favorite racist joke.
All right.
Speaking of paying for everything, our computer fund is still open for people to contribute to. Yes, the computer is up and running, but all the expenses for it have not yet been met. But the goal here pretty much will cover
pretty good.
all of it. Yeah. Oh my God.
Especially when 10% goes to me. So this is gonna work out really well for you.
Our fans are trolls, though. They only donated 69% for the joke. We're not gonna get any more money. They're pricks.
I mean.
But yeah, we've got like over 100 days left. But I'm hoping we'll reach it soon because the only thing we need to pay for is the GPU. We got the crazy expensive GPU, which should last us for many years to come.
Yeah, we were saying offline like 6 years in computer years is really good.
Yeah. I always try to overcompensate for the computer because eventually it'll die. And
especially hosting this podcast,
Yes.
So much junk you've downloaded. I mean, the videos that you have on your hard drive are probably illegal.
Yeah. We use Kazaa to find them.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
Yes.
Kazaa. I love that Shaq movie.
Sinbad. It's Sinbad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, the main thing I saw is this interview that Baked Alaska did.
Oh.
Andrew, are you familiar with Baked Alaska?
Yes. You know what? I was going to say this. You guys introduced me to so many obscure things that 6 months later become mainstream news that I'm like every time I'm on this podcast, I'm like, how do you guys know? This is so weird. You and then like Kanye appears with one of the guys with the president, and you're like, DP is like you're like the early tsunami warning system for like hate crimes about to happen. You're like these are the watch list. We're watching it, so you don't have to. And then a year later, the president is like, I never heard of these guys, and it's like DP's got the full scouting report.
We've always been ahead of the curve with the alt-right. Milo Yiannopoulos got canceled because of this show. It was Nick Fuentes going out with a young Kanye.
Yeah.
It's just been a gross series of unfortunate humans.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love it. You do the dirty work, and no one really appreciates that. That's why they got to donate to. They got to build a computer so sophisticated to handle this kind.
It can't. Yeah, the mainframe cannot be bypassed at this point.
No.
Yeah. So here's a thing on Baked Alaska because he was convicted, and I think
he like stormed the Capitol, right?
Yeah. He live streamed
and was
himself.
A troll internet idiot.
Yeah, and. He was convicted.
Those idiots on the internet, not like us. We're doing good stuff.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that he almost didn't take his plea deal.
Oh.
Because they were giving him like a misdemeanor picketing inside the Capitol charge, which is like
all right,
kind of a light charge for
considering everything that happened.
Right, and he he almost didn't take it. He's like, well, I don't think I should be charged with anything. And they're like, are you serious?
Because we have you on video that you recorded.
Yeah.
I'm Baked Alaska. I'm storming the Capitol.
You provided us with the evidence of your crime. Like, what
That's like the guy who's like Googling, how do you clean up my wife's blood? It's like, what are you
do you hide a body?
doing? Yeah. What are you doing? You don't think Jeeves is going to tell anybody?
Yeah, here's Baked Alaska's presumably last interview before incarceration.
But now,
it's with InfoWars.
To our show, Baked Alaska. He's
some other guy who's not Alex Jones that I'm not familiar with.
He's fighting against the tyrannical neoliberal socialist sissy boy, soy boy ideologies that are crippling America.
Is sissy boy the official term for the neoliberal soy boy, sissy boy? Elite.
I mean, this is the guy. Baked Alaska's the guy who said if he would date a man, he would date Justin Bieber.
Yeah, he came up through BuzzFeed.
Yep.
And that's where he made the Justin Bieber line, right?
Yeah, they did this thing where they asked the people who worked there that were claimed to be straight men who they would date if they were gay.
He also flip-flopped from MAGA to Yang Gang, Democratic Party. Ooh. And he went to the Democratic Party because of a girl that curbed him for Ice Poseidon. So I don't know, man. I don't think he's I don't think he's much.
You guys
of a,
are so hip to this like Marvel DC universe that is just the worst people of the world.
This is the DP.
I like the way you put it.
Douchebag universe.
Yeah.
The DBEU.
Was sentenced to 60 days in jail after doing 2 years of pretrial probation, being thrown into solitary confinement for a week, an ankle monitor around my leg. My family has gone through it. I've been politically persecuted. I know some people get it worse, some people get less, but it has been a very, very hard time. So I'm about to go into custody on February 1st and serve my time for a non-violent misdemeanor, which is most misdemeanors are non-violent. The majority. Same
of them.
thing. And
do you have a list of the violent misdemeanors? I just want to take some notes real quick.
I think one violent misdemeanor is when you grab too hard at the buffet line.
Oh yeah,
and you accidentally like jam a chicken bone into the fat lady in front of you. It happens.
That's what people need to understand. A lot of people, love or hate Baked Alaska, whatever. That's
by the way, he wore these kind of glasses to court. While he was getting sentenced.
To hate his tears.
At the end of the day, I was not.
By the way, I need to mention this because I'll forget it, and this is kind of a weird tangent, but they rebooted Night Court. And I saw it, and I'm like, because I used to love that show when I was a kid. Not from what I can tell so far, but it's weird. It's weird. I
want to see Night Court where they're showing how inappropriate the judge is towards all the people of color and the white people get off. I want a woke Night Court.
You know Big Bang Theory, the guy who looks like Ringo Starr almost with the Beatles haircut.
Wolowitz?
Is that his name? Yeah, the blonde woman who played his girlfriend, she's the judge in the new Night Court.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is woke. It's a woman judge. Women judges are worse than men judges.
Anyway,
I didn't touch anybody. I didn't loot. I didn't steal. I didn't break any windows. In fact, I was actually in there saying, don't break anything. We're not here for this. We are here to be peaceful.
Just remind people in case
we are here to be peaceful.
He's in the middle of a bank robbery now let's stop pointing the guns. Yeah. I was innocent. I was just helping them rob the bank. We weren't doing any of the shooting.
You do get less time if you're an unarmed bank robber, right? Than if you're armed?
Probably.
I think.
But I know the getaway driver gets the same as the person that goes in. So
they don't know. I'm up to date with it, but
wow,
you're about
Colbert's
to spend
on InfoWars. His career's really gone down.
60 days in prison. As you said, you just spent 2 years on probation, solitary confinement for a week. I mean, you've already paid enough, I think, but what is it exactly that you're spending time in jail for? What did you do wrong exactly? Because you were live streaming the entire time you were there, right?
Does that make it okay? Any crime you commit as long as you're live streaming?
I wonder if you had a press pass if you were allowed to go inside. Because you're documenting a live crime as press.
When you have a pass, you still have to like check in.
But I mean, if
like,
you
"Can I
were
come
somebody
in
that
now?"
was just there as a journalist,
Yeah, and you're like, this is.
and you were like, I was just hanging out,
I have
and then
to
you follow
document this
them
for the news. You
Yeah,
know? This
I
is
think
your
that's what a
job.
lot of these guys are trying to say. Is they're like, no, I was documenting. I was documenting. You had it right.
Documentarying.
That's
Like
what
you
they
were
were
hiding in doing something they were having make claims and fine. Yeah, if people want to see what Baked Alaska was doing on January 6th, he filmed the whole thing. So what is it exactly you're being punished for here again?
Yeah, so the jail sentence is for picketing and parading in the Capitol, which is the lowest misdemeanor you can possibly think of, and that's why I'm getting this.
Yeah, and you were given that because you took a plea deal.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like it's hardly anything that they're giving me.
He's like, why do I have to take a plea deal? I snitched on all my friends there.
Yeah.
Steep jail sentence, which is just insane. I mean,
it is true though. Like Baked Alaska, when he was backed into a corner back in the day, and him and Andy Worski, that they used to be buddies and they started feuding. He outed Andy for being into the nose candy. So if he would do that for something that trivial, imagine what he would do to his buddies when he's facing hard times.
Yeah, he blew mace into a homeless person's face for no reason.
Yep.
Like he's a scum. He no matter how much time he gets for this, he's gonna get out and he's gonna do something else that gets him either more time or a serious correction. A street correction.
He's gonna try to monetize this. I think he said he's gonna write a book. But it's like, you're going to write a book in 60 days? What is it going to be, like a coloring book or something?
Attorney said he's never
He's
heard.
using a knife on the side of the jail cell.
Yeah.
carving the book into the walls.
Of
Maybe he'll get
anyone
the AI to write it for him.
getting a single day of jail time for this level of misdemeanor. Nobody. And, my heart goes out to the other January 6th Patriots as well. You got people, Nick Ox of the Proud Boys just got sentenced to 4 years and just went into custody. It breaks my heart. Some people got less, like I said, some people got more. It doesn't really make sense. But it's a terrible situation.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why doesn't everybody who went in there get charged the same? Maybe because everybody in there did certain different levels of being a part. There were people who planned to attack the Capitol.
Well, some people attacked the police. They got worse.
Yeah.
Some people
There was
stole
premeditated
shit.
stuff. There was all types of other reasons. There's so many reasons why you would get more. This isn't. They want socialism when it comes to the crimes they commit.
They want, equality of outcome when it comes to crimes.
Why don't we all just get a slap on the wrist?
For all involved. Even if you were to go to trial, you're going against a DC jury that's absolutely going to hang you to dry. So, it's a total kangaroo court situation.
Just because the crime happened in DC, they're going to... He's claiming he can't get a fair trial because he's being tried where the crime was committed.
Yeah, he wants to get Arizona, where they let him off. Was it Arizona?
Yeah, they didn't let him off in Arizona.
Where was he? Where he got let off for macing the security guard?
I don't believe he was let off.
I
thought
wasn't?
he was convicted.
I don't know. It just seems like he gets let off because he keeps going to new court cases. I'm surprised he's not locked up.
He gets locked up for a very short amount of time.
That's the prison system.
Most people are forced into plea deals. Like I was, because if I didn't take the plea deal, they said, we're going to add felonies.
Right.
And then.
Right. So they believed that they had a better case for felony charges and they took it easy on you. So he's acting like he was forced to do that. Was he really literally forced? He had the choice to fight it and just say not guilty.
Sounds like they were very nice to him. They're like, we don't want to waste our time with everybody, so we're going to offer you a nonviolent misdemeanor charges for the people that didn't actually hurt anybody. They just walked in like leotards, like they own the place.
Sometimes when you catch a fish, you got to throw a few back just to let the homies know, Go
Let
tell
the
your
homies
friends,
know,
I'm out here. Don't fucking come near this boat. I got this hood on lock.
You're facing up to 20 years for trespassing in the Capitol. But when
in the
you're
Capitol, yes. Yeah, the building that houses almost our entire government. Like pretty much everyone except for the actual president was there at that point. Like our entire government, the House, the Senate, and the Vice President, they were all there.
It's not just trespassing. You were part of a mob that did incite violence, that did break property. You were part of that. So no matter whether you think you were trespassing or not, you contributed to a greater problem. You're lucky to be getting this.
Joe, when you're, on the liberal news networks, they can go and make jokes in the Capitol and get arrested for trespassing. And guess what? All their charges were dropped, Harrison. But it's a one-sided justice system. If you're a conservative, if you speak for the truth, if you support President Trump, they're going to throw you in the gulag.
Didn't you tweet like a couple days ago? He tweeted a couple days ago that I can't believe I'm going to prison for some crypto scammer or whatever,
yeah, because
right?
Trump put out his NFT Christmas coin or whatever.
Right. But now he's like, yeah, if you support President Trump.
And they're going to make an example out of you, which is what they did with me. Shock and awe, as Michael Sherwin would say. The FBI.
How is this shock and awe? They gave you a plea deal. They said you can get nonviolent misdemeanor, and if you didn't accept that, they were going to send you into federal trials, and they probably wouldn't send you into a was it federal or was it just felony? But it was felony. It was felony.
It was a federal charge.
Federal felony charges. Yeah. If you didn't take the plea deal. That's like they this wasn't shock and awe. This was a whimper and a paw. Just a little smack with a kitten paw.
Merrick Garland, they love nothing more than locking up, patriots and Trump supporters. It's an absolute mess what's going on in our country. I just hope that my story and many other January 6th Patriot stories can inspire people to peacefully, lawfully stand up for the truth and not fall in line to this tyrannical system.
So what's something that you haven't been able to talk about yet because the sentencing hadn't happened?
I like how not even Alex Jones wanted to do this interview, too. Like,
That's how low you are. You're not even on the A-list InfoWars.
Alex Jones did Kanye. He's not going to...
I know.
He's going to slurp down to Baked Alaska.
Get out of here.
Well, I guess, one of the first things is that, the court system is absolutely rigged. It doesn't matter if it's a right-wing judge or a left-wing judge. No, because here's the thing. I've learned a lot about the court system and the justice system, and all of the judges used to be prosecutors, and all of the prosecutors are just, doing whatever they can to get jobs, to get, benefits with their careers. So it's actually a very, very messy, incestuous system that, I had no idea.
Incestuous.
It operates like that. You would think, it would be more fair and unbiased, and you got your human rights. And I know this sounds weird, but I just think justice is dead in America. There are no civil rights. There are no human rights. I mean, you can even look, what's happening with Alec.
His freedom of speech.
Yeah, and people suing him and all these, crazy $1 trillion lawsuits. It's just nuts. Free speech is dead in America. Human rights, are completely out the window. And that was the saddest part about it, because I thought I was going in here and I could have a fair and free trial, and I thought they would, be able to move me outside of D.C.
I remember when the Black Lives Matter protest happened and people were getting gassed and just beaten, and if they stepped on federal property, they were white vans were pulling up and people were disappearing.
Yeah.
But these guys think they could just walk in, and they were able to walk in because Trump held back the guards.
Yep.
He's like, nah, they're just protesting. It's fine.
Yeah, other people had to call them in.
That's ridiculous.
A fair jury. No. They do not care about you. They do not care. Your rights go out the window. I thought in this country it was innocent until proven guilty. No.
Yeah, unless the person pleads guilty and they gave you the choice. If you think you're innocent, plead not guilty. So, yeah, and then they would have treated you as innocent until proven guilty. But then they were like, if you think there's a chance we can convict you, you can just plead guilty and to a lesser charge.
So you were innocent until you pled guilty.
Right.
So he's saying one thing, but the other thing is what he did.
Is it proof if you sign a document that says I'm guilty?
Yeah, is that proof?
I think it is.
I mean, I've been
signed
forged.
a lot of documents.
Yeah, I know.
And I am guilty, but I don't know if I signed one of those.
Yeah. You ain't no snitch.
Snitches get stitches.
That does not exist
Let your
anymore. And
homie
it's
know
sad.
who
It is
done
a
it.
tragedy that I had to go through this to fully
Only
understand
gangster
it.
when it comes to fishing trips.
Like you said, we talk about it all the time, but when you're in it, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sounds like
why
he
do I
got
have an
filleted.
ankle monitor around my leg for a non-violent misdemeanor trespassing charge? That doesn't make sense. My attorney said, wait a second. This is for like pedophiles and, murderers. Like,
Right.
what's going on here? I film protests of all kinds. I filmed Antifa protests, BLM, Proud Boys, Trump, you name it. I've filmed all the protests. I film everything that's newsworthy that I
Were
find
they
interesting.
inside of a Capitol building where you're not allowed to go?
Yeah, did you protest and trespass into a federal government property? Because that's when they started scooping up people in white vans and we didn't hear about them.
When you're burning down a CVS, it's okay, but
they did that Wendy's dirty.
I'm telling you, Wendy's is slacking. They deserve it.
Look, I don't.
Whoa.
I don't.
Did
I don't
Jeff
care.
Holiday send you?
I don't care about your opinion on Black Lives Matter, but that Wendy's in Atlanta did not deserve.
You're right.
Did not deserve what they put that through.
Everyone who's watching right now, help us out by giving the stream a like. Hit the like button.
And so it just boggles my mind. Every other protest I've been at that gets crazy, they said
in our
on a
chat,
loud...
there's Jenny in our chat says 60 days. That's nothing. It's going to be bad for Baked Alaska. It's going to be 60 days of probably physical abuse. At the very least, he's going to catch a sack full of locks, some socks full of locks. They're gonna bust him with two socks with their locker lock inside. They're gonna catch him in his sleep.
Tactical soap.
They're gonna beat him down with their socks and locks. It's happening. But yeah, it's not gonna be good for Baked Alaska. Hopefully, for his sake, it's only physical abuse, not anything worse than that.
Speaker, you must leave now or you will be arrested. And they gave people probably half an hour to vacate before they started arresting people. This never happened at the Capitol. You see me there doing a funny little skit on the phone. Okay.
I didn't touch anything. I didn't move anything. I didn't steal anything. Here's me on the phone.
Right.
It's a funny little skit, guys.
Come on.
Phone. I made some joke. Nothing crazier than Jimmy Kimmel would do if he was in the Capitol. But
Look. Jimmy Kimmel, if he would have put his penis in that woman without consent, it's the same thing.
it's like, does that warrant, locking me up in the DC gulag and calling me a domestic terrorist and, subpoenaing my mom to the January 6th commission, et cetera, going after my family, slandering me? Of course not. We all know that. So, like I said, I hope my story can bring people hope, and I hope it can bring a lot of people to God as well.
Yeah, here's the hope. If you snitch on everybody you went into the Capitol building with, you'll get 60 days and a nonviolent misdemeanor. GG, little snitch. Wait till you go back to the fishing hall, homie.
I'm going to be writing a book in prison, and I'm going to be starting a January 6th political prisoners nonprofit fund, which I am very, very excited about.
Send me your money. I'm totally trustworthy.
Yeah. So the January 6th prisoners nonprofit fund goes to him because he was a January 6th prisoner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny in the chat, who said that 60 days is nothing, says perhaps he would be abused in prison if anyone even knows who he is in there. But it doesn't matter if they know who he is. He's a fucking goof.
They fuck with anybody, really.
Yeah, if he walks in, he's the number one target. Because this is the thing. Anybody, if you're white in prison, you kind of have to be like white supremacist.
He's already got that done.
It's the rules.
He's already got
but
that part
they're not
covered.
going to like him.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, nah, dude, you're fake
too
Hitler.
loud. You're too loud.
Yeah. You're done, dude. If
you get us
want,
the wrong kind of attention.
If you want protection, you better get those beard hairs up in my cummies.
Alaska is, my guest, in a lot of ways like a symbol for the last 5 years of politics. If you were looking for one person who embodied all of it, it's got to be Baked Alaska. From BuzzFeed to the far right to
live. This host is a professional fillater.
Stream to cozy.tv. He's in the center of all of it. It's amazing.
You guys could learn to suck off your guests once in a while. You
know, this is the thing, Andrew. I'm not gay.
You're closer,
but I could give you a really good blowjob.
Yeah, I
know.
imagine.
I've gotten enough of them that I think I know the techniques.
Yeah,
I think I could do it.
Have you practiced?
No, but I've had so much shit in my mouth. I used to be a competitive eater,
right?
And I have a good tongue power.
Yeah, it's true.
You ever suck a nipple?
Yes.
A sizable nipple is like a tiny dick.
Yeah. Well, about the same size for me.
And you can tell when you're sucking a nipple if you do a nipple well.
It gets a little hard. Yeah.
You could probably do a dick the same.
And you can milk a nipple and a dick.
Yeah, just something happens.
Yeah.
Bottle feed me. Nasty, man. I just played footsie with you now too on accident. So
you did that to me too.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
I wouldn't have.
There's no webcam on our feet if you want to keep going.
I wouldn't have brought it up except we just got done with the weird blowjob bit, and I feel like I fucked up on myself.
Is Patreon only. It's behind a paywall.
Patreon only.
Yeah.
Foot cam.
Wait a second. The blowjob thing, that was just a bit. I'm just a bit to you.
I mean,
yep.
You're not a full load.
I thought we had something special.
We do.
I know.
Everybody watching at home, I'm going to blow Andrew.
Andrew the comedian is back.
Hey, literally the last time I was here, which is every 6 months or whatever, but I went on tour and then someone came up to me and they're like, when are you back on DP? And I was like, oh, I was just on there. They're like, I know, but when are you back? I was like, well, I'm here now. So I can't. It's going to be a few months.
They're like, come back.
So I was like, I didn't know people actually listen to this show.
Couple it's weird. I'll go out and people will be like, "Oh, it's Billy," and I don't know where it's from, but sometimes it's from DP.
Yeah,
sometimes it's from the.
I saw you on the. I saw you on the. Your name was carved into the bathroom stall with a phone number.
Yeah, suck it down, Sally. I'm like, well, that's my maiden
moniker.
name.
Please, that's my father's name. Call me Billy.
Here's some Nick Fuentes stuff. Let's see what he says.
I think that whole thing is just ridiculous. Do you think the optics were too distasteful so soon after World War II? I don't know how anyone could look at that and how that would resonate with me. I'm like a normal American, so when I see a guy with a swastika, it just doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's the Raelian symbol
for me. So I just don't think that's just not a serious endeavor, So why was he unable to gain any traction? Yeah, I don't know. That's a really insightful question. Why was the guy wearing a Nazi uniform with a swastika flag? Why was that guy not able to gain any traction? Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. It's really bizarre.
Are they trying to make a point with the Kanye Photoshop?
I don't know where this stuff comes from. I don't know. It's almost like people don't want to succeed, I
mean,
with stuff like this.
You probably are controlled opposition. Whoever's giving you this money probably wants you to be the face of the new Nazi party because you're such a goof. They could cripple you at any moment. You are the boogeyman at this point.
It's hilarious that he's a white nationalist supporting a black guy for president. I understand he's, Kanye's saying anti-Semitic stuff, but it's interesting. It is a weird twist.
I think the thing about white supremacy, and again, I have to say, is I'm not racist.
Right.
The thing about white supremacy is, as long as the people of color know their role, you're happy to have them alongside with you.
Yeah, that's why Jesse Lee Peterson,
a normal American, one of the strangest manlets of recorded history.
A normal American.
A normal American.
I wanted to show you guys this video here because I think it's pretty great. It's It's at Walmart. There's a crazy guy with a knife threatening people. Check out how this goes.
Oh yeah.
So
Finally,
this guy,
I saw something before you guys.
What's up with his pants?
Those are rave pants.
Okay.
Are they cut from the knife?
I don't know.
I think that's part of the design.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like $75 for that probably.
He's about to pull out some glow sticks and do that fucking elbow dance.
So every time I watch one of these things, there's like people standing around. I'm like, I would leave the area so fast. Like I'll be like, I'll Google this later on Twitter and see what happens, but I'm not sticking around to like watch it live, you know.
They're attributing this clip to LaQuanda Lux.
Right? Is anybody going back and like going like, oh, I got to follow LaQuanda now, you know? Like,
Oh, you can hear LaQuanda talking in this video.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh no, she did.
He's like, someone better give me $20. I'm gonna cut somebody. Is basically what he's saying.
Roll back those biceps.
Just give the man $20, y'all.
Just give the man $20, y'all.
Was this a setup? Is this LaQuanda Lux and this guy? Are they doing a?
Listen, guys, I have an idea of how you can get the rest of your computer money. Okay.
Give it $20.
Yes. Just go to the supermarket with a knife.
And Billy can stand in the corner and be like, give him $20,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Is it
and he'll
messed up?
film it, and then he'll get all the fame.
Is it messed up that I'm bougie and I think we should do this at a Whole Foods?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it at a Walmart.
You haven't watched the
Sounds
whole
gross to
video.
me.
But if you do it at Whole Foods, raise the price a little.
So,
Yeah.
like,
give me $100 or I'm gonna steal this asparagus.
I'm gonna drive in a gas guzzling vehicle. You know,
I'm gonna raise my emissions if I don't get $100.
I'm gonna throw this plastic water bottle in the trash.
see these soda pop rings? They're going in the turtle pool.
I'm gonna fuck up a fish.
Walmart, get a man $20.
She's doing more than anybody else.
I told you he was gonna start doing the elbow dance. I called it.
That's a new TikTok dance, actually.
Yeah. Is this Soldier Boy?
Go ahead and put it.
Watch this. This is like.
Ball his ass.
So the guy tried to grab him, and then the guy's like.
Oh!
So there's a guy in the back in a white hoodie. Watch him.
Oh, he doing Dave
Watch this.
Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
And then this guy actually drops the knife for a second here and bends over to pick it up. Watch. Whack!
That's the hammer right there, dude. Got you with the hammer.
And now he's gonna scream, being like, "I didn't do anything."
There's no justice. Him and Baked Alaska have the same strength of argument there.
You know what? I think he cost the city more than $20.
They tried to get it from him.
The
That's
police
all.
come out, and I was
He
going to
was
the
gonna fail
system.
people because he wanted $20.
Wanting $20 into costing us probably $2,000 after all this is said and done. At least $2K to the city.
I still don't know if we should be rewarding this type of behavior.
What if it was?
Oh!
Wait, what are you worried about rewarding? The knife guy or the
knife guy?
The Patriot.
Whoa, the knife guy.
Okay.
What if we gave everybody who asked for it $1,000, but the next time they got out of line, they die? Like, look, you can have $1,000, but we won't hear anything else.
Yeah.
We don't hear anything else out of you. Here's
that
$1,000.
rarely works, you know.
Like, but if we hear anything else, like, but you've consented to capital punishment.
That's like money. It's like playing just a tip with money. You're like, look, I'll give you this, and then no more. And they're like, totally, you know.
Yeah.
So, Alec Baldwin's being charged with involuntary manslaughter.
I saw that.
I saw Tim Pool's take on it. Did you?
That there was some kind of conspiracy.
Tim Pool is saying that Alec Baldwin killed that woman
on purpose.
On purpose.
Yeah.
And he had a bullet in his belt, and he hated that woman. They got in an altercation earlier in filming, and Alec Baldwin killed her on purpose.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
She was like, hey, can you stand a little bit right? And he was like, fuck you, bitch.
It's like some criminal negligence for sure.
I'm an actor. I'm a genius.
Prosecutors in New Mexico have just announced that actor Alec Baldwin and the armorer on the
That's
film
a terrible picture of
Rust
him.
will both be charged with involuntary manslaughter for their roles in the fatal movie set shooting back in October of 2021. The film's cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, was killed. The film's director was injured. Josh Campbell's back with us from Santa Fe. He's with Santa Fe's district attorney, and this is her first TV interview since the charging decision. Josh?
Yeah, thanks. I'm here with the district attorney.
Conan O'Brien?
I'm district attorney. Thank you.
Conan O'Brien's like super tall.
For speaking with us. I just want to start. How did you come to this prosecutive decision?
Well, along with my special prosecutor, we got the report from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office. We initiated an extensive review of that, and I will say that it was a well investigated case. But we had some follow up that we had to speak with some experts, and once we read through everything and researched the case law and the law here in New Mexico, we realized that we believed that there was probable cause to charge Alec Baldwin and Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with involuntary manslaughter.
And what were some
involuntary manslaughter? That's easy. Tim Pool's idea that Alec Baldwin killed this woman on purpose is goofy as hell. This is like if there was any evidence that he did half the things Tim Pool was speculating, it wouldn't be involuntary manslaughter. The man had a gun in his hand, pointed at a woman, and unloaded the gun at a director. He may not have known that it was a loaded gun, but that's the involuntary part.
Right. I think he should get off with like just picketing in the Capitol or something.
He would get maximum sentence in New Mexico is 18 months and up to $5,000 fine.
I think he's going to plea down to a violent misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Pieces of evidence that you use have factored into that decision.
They're going to make him come on your podcast.
That there was such a lack of safety and safety standards on that set, that there were live rounds on set. They were mixed in with regular dummy rounds. Nobody was checking.
He can only come on if he's doing his Trump impersonation.
Those, or at least
just
they weren't
keep
checking
the prop guns away from him.
Yeah,
he's still my favorite
And
Baldwin.
then they somehow got
Even
loaded
if he killed
into
her
a
on
gun,
purpose, he's still my
handed off
favorite
to
Baldwin.
I
Alec
like Doug
Baldwin.
Baldwin better.
He's not one of the brothers. is he?
No, but he's Baldwin.
I guess that's fair. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I might have to rethink this. Not on today's show. This is gonna take some time. I got to do some research.
Listen, I get it. List the pros and cons. Come back to me.
Yeah.
He didn't check it. He didn't do any of the things that he was supposed to do to make sure that he was safe or that anyone around him was safe. And then he pointed the gun at Helena Hutchins and he pulled the trigger.
You talk
Come
about
on,
the
he was
safety
drunk.
He claims that he didn't pull the trigger. And they released a statement also that
he said it discharged on,
like when they pull the hammer
cocked
back.
back the hammer.
Yeah.
Man, that's some hardcore fishing.
And you
right
just
there.
happen to be aiming at or like in the path, like into the path of someone. That's crazy.
Well, if he
The
was
odds.
pulling the hammer back and it just wasn't really looking at what he was doing, I could see that being an accident. I mean, it'll all come out in court. I'm sure he'll get away with it.
Yeah, it might have been filmed. There might be a recording of it.
The set was,
I think this woman's husband, the woman who was shot, her husband was a part of a law firm that represented Hillary Clinton. So he's a lawyer. So they're probably going to get any sort of criminal charge out of this, knowing her surviving husband is a lawyer. He's going to take this through the books and take it as far as he possibly can, and then go on to a criminal, or not a criminal, but a civil case.
Yeah.
Investigation. Was there one thing that was done or one thing that was said that sealed it for you that this should be prosecuted?
No, actually, I think it was the totality of the circumstances, that this was a really fast and loose set, and that nobody was doing their job. There were 3 people that if they had done their job that day, this tragedy wouldn't have happened. And that's David Halls, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, and Alec Baldwin.
But here's the other thing. If one person didn't do their job that day, this director of photography, she'd still be alive because she wouldn't have been there. So it's kind of on her for doing her job. These 3 that didn't do their job, if she would have just been another one not doing her job, she'd have been fine. I'm sorry.
4 wrongs make a right. That's what I've always said.
Your Honor. Throw the case out. Where's the girl from Big Bang Theory? Throw the gavel down. Dun, 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 night court. What's the night court sound?
It's like like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she Judge Harry Anderson's daughter?
Yes. You called it. See, it's that predictable.
Is Bull?
He's dead.
He's dead. But is there like a Bull replacement?
Harry is dead. The only person coming back is John Larroquette, and he's the executive producer, so he probably created the idea of rebooting it. Helps him get work, you know.
Basic duties. We wouldn't be standing here.
Can you help our viewers understand? So the state officials did a report. It was signed by the chief medical investigator saying that there was no compelling evidence that this was intentional, right?
I have a direct account from a simple country detective, a simple country investigator, a simple country private investigator has told me Alec Baldwin was aiming a gun at a camera for a scene. The woman was holding the camera. The bullet went through her and hit the director behind her. So he was aiming the camera at the camera for a scene in the movie. She was holding the camera. The director was behind her. The bullet pierced through her and hit the director. And that's from a simple country detective. There's no lies in the simple country.
Was it from a book depository or was there a second shooter?
The grassy knoll. What is there in the desert?
Yeah,
there's
no grassy knoll in the desert.
The tumbleweed knoll. I don't know the Landon knoll. I don't know, man.
Landon knoll.
I don't know, man. Michael Landon knoll. On the prairie.
Hey, I don't want to sound an alarm or freak anyone out, but this bird hasn't moved for the whole hour. I think he hacked the security camera footage.
I wonder if
and
their
is
call
robbing a
ended
bank right now.
Is this like the part of Speed where they get
where
away?
yeah.
Hold on. I see what happened.
Yes.
I didn't even, because Dusty doesn't talk, you know.
Well,
so I didn't even realize.
I know. We got to carry all the weight around here.
Thanks, Dusty.
Yeah. Do you remember that show, that reality show?
I wouldn't use a book as a suppository.
Do you remember that reality show, Kid Nation, where the little kids lived on a ranch?
Vaguely, I never watched it, but I did remember the commercials for it.
It was filmed on the same set that this shooting happened at. It's like an old western town that they rent out for movies and shit.
So help our viewers understand, if it's an accident, which most people seem to think it is, why is that a crime?
Because just because it's an accident doesn't mean that it's not criminal. Our involuntary manslaughter statute covers unintentional killings, unintentional homicides. The rest of our homicide statutes cover intentional, but unintentional means they didn't mean to do it. They didn't have the intent to kill. But it happened anyway, and it happened because of more than mere negligence, because of they didn't exercise due caution or circumspection, and that's what happened here.
And what's your response to, there might be people in Baldwin's camp who say that you were overcharging this?
Well, we disagree, and we're going to be taking that in front of a judge and allowing the judge to decide on probable cause. But we think that...
You think he'll do any time?
I don't think he will. I think the girl that was in charge of the armory might. From what I've seen, she was really
like
bad at her
24
job.
or something?
I think she's the daughter of a guy who's been doing that in the business for a long time, and she just took the job because her dad wasn't available. It's kind of like nepotism hire. Kind of like how Hunter Biden is going to be our next president, our first crack-rocking president.
There is enough there, more than enough there.
President.
He literally, Biden's going to give it to Hunter Biden. Joe Biden
can't do that.
Here, my boy, just take it. It's yours, my legacy.
He can't do that.
You're my president son.
He can only give it to the vice president.
Charges and possibly to get through the preliminary hearing stage and on to trial.
And can you just break down the specific charges? So I was reading.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I think we've finally gotten to a better place now.
Better place.
Holy shit. Yeah.
We lost Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew had to go do his comedy show. But we're back. Hello, everybody.
I feel bad
Welcome
for everybody
back.
who missed the most funniest joke that Andrew told before he left. I can't do it justice. So
No, yeah, you'll just have to wonder what that was like.
It was hilarious. But now that we're back, I guess what happened was the DA shut us down for slandering the case against Alec Baldwin. We were censored. We apologize to the first judicial district attorney.
I think for just a moment here, I am going to stop the stream just for like one more second, and we'll be right back. Just happening. All right. I think we're back. Or at least we should be.
I love the Drunken Peasants. They are the best podcast.
Other is goes hand in hand with a misdemeanor, a petty misdemeanor here in New Mexico called negligent use of a deadly weapon. And that is that someone handled or used or touched a gun in a negligent manner. And once we show that, then that can lead to the second alternative theory of involuntary manslaughter.
So they're saying they have to assume that he knew he had a real gun in his hand. He could say, I have no idea why they would hand me a real gun on set.
Right.
It seems like they might be reaching on this one because it's a celebrity. And I wonder if the potential civil court is trying to get him to admit to something they could sue him for that they couldn't get him in a criminal case for.
I have no idea. I don't understand the law that much. I mean, later on, someone will say that Alec Baldwin, like it's almost never the actor's responsibility to double check the firearm.
For an actor, obviously there's been this discussion about safety on sets. The last time I interviewed you, you even mentioned like you were surprised to learn that these sets operate like this in some circumstances. But if you have an actor with what he or she thinks is a prop gun, not a real gun, is that actual negligence if it turns out that gun can actually shoot?
It's more than that. Every person that handles a gun has a duty to make sure that if they are going to handle that gun, point it at someone and pull the trigger, that it is not going to fire a projectile and kill someone. And this is really about justice for Helena Hutchins. We've talked to many actors, A-list and otherwise, that have said that they always check their guns, or they have someone check it in front of them. So it's not, an actor doesn't get a free pass just because they're an actor. And that's what's so important is that
I mean, that depends on the procedure. Is it normal procedure for the actor to like check the round and make sure it's not a live round and not like a prop round?
Saying here in New Mexico, everyone's equal under the law. Everyone has to follow their duties and do what's right and take that safety into account so that this doesn't ever happen again.
And is Baldwin being charged as an actor who is holding the gun or as a producer on
You're
the
being charged for holding a gun as an actor. Take him away, boys.
set who was negligent about the safety standards? Can you help describe that?
He's being charged as both. He was the actor that pulled the trigger, so certainly he's charged as an actor. But also as a producer, he also had a duty to make sure that the set was safe. And we know from our investigation that there had been accidental misfires prior to this, that there were people that were complaining about safety on set. And so he should have been aware that safety was an issue on set.
Shouldn't
and then as an
everybody
actor
on the set have been aware? Shouldn't the director have been aware? Shouldn't the director of photography, knowing they were going to have the gun pointed at them, also have been aware? Like
I would have been like, if that's being pointed at me, I'd like it to be double checked.
Yeah, I feel like there's a whole lot of people that should have checked if you should check. I would not put Alec Baldwin in charge of my well-being.
I mean, he has this history of kind of losing it and getting into public spats with people. Like, there was the guy, like, didn't he get in like a fender bender or something and threaten to beat someone up?
I don't remember.
Should have checked that gun, checked those projectiles.
Just a couple more questions because I know your time is short. Do you expect any type of plea agreement from Baldwin or Gutierrez-Reed? Have those discussions started?
That's not something I can comment at this time. It's unethical for a prosecutor to talk about plea negotiations or potential plea deals.
Were they given a heads up that this was coming?
Yes.
They were.
They were.
How did those discussions go?
We have been in, I would say, almost constant communication.
Yeah, Space Burrito points out that he called his daughter a little piggy. He's a murderer. Lock him up.
I don't know if that
with the opposing parties' counsels for about the last.
Oh yeah, look at her with the like gun pictures, trying to look all cool. Yeah, they left that person in charge of the gun safety on the set.
Weeks. They didn't know
I think she's like in her mid-20s.
I think she's 24 or 26.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly what was coming, but they were aware that we were.
There's a lot of kids that know how to handle a gun and would check for bullets if they were on that set. So it doesn't matter how young she is. She should. If she's in the armory, she should know.
Contemplating charges, and they were aware of what the contemplated charges were.
And just two more questions. So what happens next? So once these
actually, you know what? 24-year-old girls, they can't consent to having sex with older men.
my God.
They also can't be in charge of firearms. They can't join the military. They can't.
They can do all that.
They can't go outside at night unless they're in a tandem pair. I forgot that these women are second-class citizens in this country. My bad. I take it back.
They are devoid of
tomorrow,
agency.
right? Is that the plan?
It'll be before the end of this month.
Before the end of this month. So then what happens? Are these defendants then required to come back to New Mexico, or will they be placed under arrest? How does that work?
No, we will not be asking for an arrest. In typical cases in this county, the way that we handle it is we'll send out what's called a summons. From that, the court will set what's called a first appearance, or it's basically an arraignment. And at that point, they will either have to come here or they might do a video arraignment. We have been doing those since COVID. And they will get their conditions of release and enter not guilty pleas.
And finally, last time you and I spoke, which was right after this tragic incident occurred, you told me that you know that there is pressure out there, people either wanting to charge, people not wanting you to charge. One thing you said was, you know there's pressure, you do not feel that pressure.
By the way, everybody, we had a little tech issue. We're back up and running again. If you can give us a thumbs up, that would be great. It looks like Jared's master hackers are trying to take us down again. But we figured it out. It's all good. We're keeping this shit running right now. So toss us a like if you could, and then also help us out on our goal a little bit too. I did a stream 2 days ago and got it up to $100.
Nice.
So sure, and you will follow the facts, and the prosecution decision will be made on the facts.
Right.
That was at the beginning of the case. Do you still feel the same now, looking backwards? This obviously got international attention. Can you just talk about that? What was it like trying to conduct this investigation, and was it done in this consistent manner throughout?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, I knew there was pressure. Of course, I knew that people had feelings one way or another. But that happens in every single case. And what's important to me as a prosecutor is treating everyone equally under the law and getting justice for the victims. And so that pressure did not affect me in any way whatsoever. This was a decision based on the facts and the evidence.
Yeah. So yeah. Here's Baldwin's attorney.
From Alec Baldwin's attorney that they just sent to me. This is how it reads, quote, "This decision distorts Helena Hutchins' tragic death and represents a terrible miscarriage of justice. Mr. Baldwin had no reason to believe there was a live bullet in the gun or anywhere on the movie set. He relied on the professionals with whom he worked who assured him the gun did not have live rounds. We will fight these charges and we will win." Kate, I told you that when I sat down with Alec Baldwin over the summer, he was adamant that he did not pull the trigger. I just pulled some of what he told me over the summer.
Though. Tim Pool seems to think that Alec Baldwin wanted to get that woman back for mouthing off to him on set, and that he loaded that gun and murdered her in cold blood because he's a liberal and liberals don't care about human life.
When we sat down, he said, I pulled the hammer all the way back without locking it, and the gun went off. I've never played with a gun. I never took a gun and pointed it at somebody and clicked the thing. I never pulled the trigger on a gun aimed at someone in my life, and you could probably find countless people that would testify to that fact. So, I mean, just based on the statement that we just got moments ago from Alec Baldwin's attorney, we know that he is going to fight this. We know that he will not take a plea deal, that he will see this through to a jury trial. And we are still waiting to hear from Baldwin himself, Kate.
All right, Chloe, thanks for bringing us that. Dutch, I want your reaction to
in the
everything.
chat says, wow, Twitter's a conservative wasteland now. Really icky. There's still a lot of liberal people on Twitter. It's just the conservative people are able to speak without getting banned. And this is the cool thing about it. They say some of the stupidest shit. Quartering. We saw the quartering. Now that he's able to freely speak his mind, he uses it to suck the balls of Elon Musk and cry about people mocking him. Tim Pool's able to make fucking weird conspiracy theories, painting Alec Baldwin as a mastermind murderer murdering someone on set.
Thumbs up
Sorry.
video. And thumbs up in Billy's Baldwin boot hole.
I will kick your ass, Goose Juice. And sorry, it's actually the right that videotapes their crimes. Ask Baked Alaska.
That we heard, the description that the DA just laid out of the kind of how it was played kind of fast and loose. I think she said that complacency is a word that she used on the set. What's the impact now that we have these charges coming? What is the impact, do you think, going to be on the industry?
Well, complacency on that set is clear. When you look at the photographs of how the prop truck was handled, it looked like the truck had been tipped over.
I absolutely believe that Alec Baldwin pulled trigger. Oh, no.
Is it because he mocked Trump on Saturday Night Live? Is that why you believe that?
It's the DA. Where is it? In Arizona or New Mexico?
New Mexico, in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Was organized, the way the carts were just strewn about. And that low-budget show, they had cut a lot of corners and didn't have a lot of time and didn't hold themselves to the standards that most of...
I bet this movie would have sucked, too. That's the most tragic thing about it. There was a death related to the making of a shitty movie. Alec Baldwin should not have been in this movie. I don't know.
Hollywood does. I think the changes that should come about is... especially the first AD insinuating himself into the situation, handling a gun. No first AD I've ever heard of has done that. That's a royal no. And when it said that, when the prosecutor said that Baldwin should have checked the gun, that is not the actor's responsibility. The actor puts a great deal of trust in us, the armorers and the prop department.
So this guy's an armorer.
Make sure that while we make it look as real as humanly possible, we also make it as safe as possible. And he was assured by a crew person, the first AD in this instance, that gun was, quote, cold or didn't have any blanks in it or wasn't dangerous, and he acted accordingly. So he may have liability, but he put his trust in our crew, and that crew person, the armorer and the...
His name is Dutch, too. I see his name tag down there. Dutch.
Hello, my name is Dutch.
If you can't trust a man named Dutch, who can you trust?
Yeah, Mr. Oven here has a good point.
Mr. Oven.
AD failed him terribly.
All right.
Have you ever seen the movie Dutch starring
Ed O'Neill?
Ed O'Neill, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, he was starting to take off for a little while there. I don't know what kind of stopped it. I guess maybe just Married with Children ending. That was really what kind of carried him for a while. And then he was on Modern Family for a while.
I wonder if any of his movies ever were like big successes that he starred in. I think
that's his one movie that he starred in, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in any others.
He was in movies, but he wasn't
Not
big
the lead.
characters. Yeah, he wasn't lead.
Yeah. This guy in here's another story out of New Mexico. This is a guy who ran for office in Albuquerque for like Albuquerque, or no, I think it was the state Senate or something like that. And he lost, and he did the like Trump, like it was rigged against me. And they found out he was like shooting at people's houses.
Did he shoot
some of them?
Director of photography?
No.
On Rust? Oh.
A failed Republican state house candidate in New Mexico is under arrest. Police say that he orchestrated 4 targeted drive-by shootings against Democratic state officials. ABC's Em Nguyen has more from Washington.
Police in New Mexico say a former Republican candidate for the state house there has been arrested for allegedly arranging a series of drive-by shootings targeting the homes of 4 Democratic state officials.
He was just trying to let their homies know who done it.
The mastermind that was behind this.
Albuquerque police accused 39-year-old Solomon Pena, who lost his race in November, conspired with and paid 4 men to carry out the reign of terror at the homes of Democratic officials beginning on December 4th.
He's an election denier. He doesn't want to accept the results of the election.
Make America meet again?
Detectives claim Pena, a staunch
does look
Trump
like
supporter
meat.
who served 7 years in jail for burglary, sent text messages with the addresses of the homes of the 2 Democratic legislators and 2 county commissioners he wanted his alleged
Yeah,
accomplices.
like text messages, even if you delete them, they can be subpoenaed and they can be looked back years and years and years and verified. So him sending text messages like ordering drive-by shootings, that was like the smoking gun for him.
Lines up with somebody who would try and claim election fraud when they lost.
Yeah.
Dum da dum dum.
It's funny because the whole, you can tell like this is a house in New Mexico, the stucco wall. And all houses are like the same, like 4 colors there.
To target. State Senator Linda Lopez saying bullets pierced the bedroom of her 10-year-old daughter, the young girl waking up to gunfire after
Oh my God, yeah. So yeah.
Parts of the ceiling fell on her. Bernalillo County Commissioner Adrian Barboa on social media saying, "It was terrifying. My house had 4 shots through the front door and windows where just hours before my grandbaby and I were playing."
On the last shooting, we now have evidence too that Pena himself went on this shooting.
So some of them he did himself.
Actually pulled the trigger on at least one of the firearms that was used.
Police also alleging the alleged shooter he was with fired more
You think the people he hired ratted him out in some ways?
than a
Because
dozen
they know a lot of details about the shootings themselves.
rounds. No one was injured in any
Unless
of the
there's
shootings.
video somewhere.
Investigators
They
say
caught
they've gathered
somebody
self
and they like got a video of one of the shooters and that guy just dimed down everybody.
Yeah.
phone records, firearms, surveillance footage, and witnesses inside and
Surveillance
outside the
footage.
conspiracy
Yep.
as evidence against Pena.
Yeah, because like so many people have Ring doorbells and security cameras around their property, so a lot of stuff will get captured by that. And then, you know, like here in the Seattle area, every stoplight post has a camera on top of it. That's how they catch people fleeing from like robberies and shit like that. They can trace them.
No, we don't always agree with our elected officials, but that should never, ever lead to violence.
While the investigation remains ongoing, detectives say Pena is expected to be charged with several state crimes in connection to the shootings. Pena could not be immediately contacted for comment.
Yeah, 'cause he's in
M1,
jail,
ABC
right?
News, Washington.
He could not be immediately contacted. Here's some more Santos stuff. Like people, they just keep coming out with more and more of his scams now. This is Santos accused of stealing from fund for dying dog.
Back here in Washington, embattled freshman lawmaker George Santos is facing new accusations that he stole money from a disabled veteran who was trying to get life-saving surgery for his dying service dog. Well, that's just one of the latest revelations about the admitted liar. Here's CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns.
I feel like at this point, anyone could make up any story about him and people would believe it.
Despite growing calls to resign, George Santos has secured seats on 2 congressional committees and the backing of House Republican leadership.
We're fielding calls in the office already.
But calls from CBS News to his district office in New York, which still has his predecessor's name on the building, were forwarded to a neighboring congressman.
Is he in a position where he can't show his face in his own district?
No, he hasn't shown his face since the election, and I don't think we're ever going to see him.
Meanwhile,
Look at him. He's kind of an awkward-looking guy, too.
Yeah. He's got that Jared from Subway kind of like a vibe.
extraordinary stories about Santos continue to surface.
I knew I was being scammed.
Rich Osthoff, a homeless veteran, says Santos helped him raise $3,000 for his dying dog through his pet charity. But Osthoff says he never got the money from Santos, with whom he exchanged these text messages. And his dog died 6 months later.
Diminished my faith in humanity.
CBS News also spoke with Santos's former...
You can't blame one trash person for humanity. That's stupid. This guy was a scammer. You got scammed.
Roommate, who claims he stole his Burberry scarf, which Santos later wore to a Stop the
He just stole a scarf and sported it at a goddamn rally.
Steal rally.
I saw that video and
that would be his scarf. Yeah. That would dude. Come on, Santos.
Not very happy.
They have a hookup, and that's why. Like,
yeah, I think that's it.
When they hook, like, you know, when a girl takes your sweater and runs off with it. That's the best thing about me. My clothes are so big. If a girl takes my sweater, like a gust of wind is going to send her up into the sky.
This falsehood on his campaign website. Santos claimed his mother was in the World Trade Center on 9/11. Yet a federal source told CBS News her immigration documents show she was in Brazil at the time of the attack.
In any other profession, can you imagine someone like George Santos being allowed to keep his job?
Absolutely not. For a whole lot less dishonesty, they would be driven out of their positions, and nobody would feel bad about that.
And today, a judge in Brazil asked Santos to respond to a criminal fraud case against him. This stems from a 2008 incident in which Santos allegedly used a stolen checkbook to make hundreds of dollars of purchases while he was living in that country.
A stolen checkbook?
In Brazil.
Caitlin Huey Burns, thank you so much.
Was, who's the guy that was investigating ECN? Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Did Chris Hansen he didn't do stolen checks. He wrote bad checks of his own, right?
Yes.
That's better, writing bad checks of your own.
It's hard, like, yeah.
It's better than writing stolen checks.
I'm going to put you full screen. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do think that we got a $10 dono at some point. I don't know if it read off, so I'm going to load up the screen, see what it says, see what the kids say. If you're in the chat and you have anything to talk about to young Bill Fridge, please do so. I am extremely excited to be back live with you all. I've been dying slowly. Oh, wait, I forgot it was Goose Juice who threatened to put his thumb up my butthole. Not cool, Goose Juice. Somebody donate more money so I don't have to see that as the top content. Piss me off. Piss me off. Oh, hello. I've had a long day today. I'm very sore. I'm dying. Got hit by a car. My car's totaled. I have to get a new car. Sucks. Life, I'll tell you this, life sucks. But when I'm here with you guys, I get to forget about it. But then I leave and life sucks again. So if you guys want to keep me here all night, just, I don't know. Tell Ben we can't end the show until 4 a.m. So I have to go see. Actually, no, I'll just go to sleep. End the show, guys. Jeez. I could sleep it off. In my dreams, I'm happy. Agent Buttfuck says somebody needs to leave a noose made out of a scarf on George Santos' porch, but then he might steal it and hurt himself. That's not good. That's not good. You got a new 300 horsepower Corolla? The rental car I got is a Corolla. I don't know if I like it. They scammed me at the rental shop. They made me pay extra for it. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm a rube. The insurance company was supposed to take care of everything. They're like, oh, sorry, it's going to cost extra per day. I'm like, I just got to get to work, guys. I got no downtime. Anyway, this is a story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And though she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles. There's a new promos from you You sickos. You sickos are doing actual Mania promos for the Regal Tussle? Is that what you're doing? Cheers to Brother Ardash. Cheers. Lawyer up. Better call somebody. Better call somebody. I need to get Saul Goodman on the case, man. Yeah. I'm just going to do sensual grunts into the microphone since nobody here is ever asking me questions. You guys are all talking about your dumbass promos like I care about your stupid fucking promos. I don't care about your dumb fucking promos. I want you to ask me questions. Ask me questions. Low Brow Justice, Billy, favorite iteration of the Penguin? Danny DeVito from Batman Returns. Danny DeVito from Batman Returns was my Penguin. Remember seeing that when I was a little kid? He was lit. Batman Returns, I think, is my favorite Batman movie. Christopher Nolan's movies are really good. I enjoy them. But Batman Returns is a tour de force. It's a Christmas movie, too. The entire thing is like Christmas time. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer killing it. It's a very super, like, sexualized kids movie. It's really gross and grimy. They kind of let Tim Burton go ham with Batman Returns. Nistius is what's your favorite donut? I think right now, the Basil Eggs Benedict donut from Sidecar Donuts is my favorite donut. It's a raised donut with a poached egg inside, ham, hollandaise sauce, and a basil. It's like a breakfast sandwich donut. It's so good. Yeah, hell yeah, Danny DeVito's Penguin over Burgess Meredith. Hell yeah. Easily. Danny DeVito's Penguin, easily.
Here's a video on how the Biden documents investigation could shape the 2024 election. Some people are saying, like, the Democrats are pushing it hard, or like the liberal media is pushing it hard.
I'm sorry you are having car issues, Billy. Hope it gets fixed. I recently traded in my Nissan Leaf after waiting half a year for the F battery to come in.
How's the Leaf? Is it cute?
So yeah, they're saying like the reason why this is being talked about so much is so that Biden won't run again.
Welcome back to Red and Blue. I'm Robert Costa. CBS News political contributor Ashley Etienne joins us now to discuss our conversation.
There's a lot of...
Oh, you know what? I thought this was an actual news story, not just two people talking. But let me... Here.
What if Biden...
I love the Fox News version.
Purposefully held the documents to release so he wouldn't have to run again. So he'd have a reason to back down.
I mean, he could just say, I'm too old, I can't run again. That would be a good enough excuse.
So many of our questions have been referred to the DOJ and to the White House counsel's office.
Because there's a good chance he might not even live through a second term.
You can understand that we're in sort of information blackout.
Fuck
Would you
Agent
invite a
Buttfuck,
DOJ
you
official
prick.
to take our questions
Fuck
here?
you. Ban him.
To the briefing.
Ban
No,
Agent
you have to go to
Buttfuck
the
right
Department
now.
of
Justice. That is not.
Fuck
This
you.
is a legal matter that is currently happening at the Department of Justice.
Frustration mounting with the White House as reporters accuse the administration of a so-called information blackout. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre referring questions to the Justice Department and White House counsel more than 20 times during
Look at how look at what's on the screen right now. There's Biden and his press secretary, and then there's Baldwin down in the lower right. Like, Fox News is loving this shit.
Yesterday's
That's what
briefing.
they're always
Let's bring
gonna
in Republican
go
Arkansas
after,
Senator
right?
Tom Cotton. It's an interesting trick
It's
to as a press secretary to refer people to the counsel's office because the counsel's office never takes a press call. They always refer it back to the press office, so the reporters know what they're going to get. Senator, the Quinnipiac poll came out and said Americans think 60% to 22 that Biden acted inappropriately in the way he handled those documents. Do you think we will ever get to the bottom of it?
What a dumb question.
Yeah, Dana, those 60% plus of Americans are correct. I think I'd point out the hypocrisy here in Joe Biden and his team's response. They keep saying, oh, this is a legal matter, go talk to the Department of Justice. Well, the Department of Justice is not supposed to talk to the media, but someone who's being investigated can talk to the media. There's nothing to stop Joe Biden from explaining how those documents got into his home garage or his office, why they weren't secured, and so forth. Of course, he had no problem talking about Donald Trump's classified documents last summer. He saddled up his high horse and rode it hard then. This is all just scandal management and hypocrisy.
In fact,
the second point I'd make, and this is probably more important for most, this is more important for most Americans, is the double standard here at play from the Department of Justice. When they found out that Donald Trump might have had classified information at Mar-a-Lago, they sent an FBI team to raid that site. With Joe Biden, they allowed his own partisan lawyers to search his home and search his office. This is kind of like you see in other cases in which law enforcement has been weaponized on behalf of partisan friends. Last summer,
he
for instance,
let his lawyers search the home for the documents, because when he found the documents, he called his lawyers to have them returned, where Trump held them in a fucking safe.
Yeah, put them in the safe.
Trump held them in the safe after having them request to be returned, right?
Which, yeah.
Was it a year of refusal to return them?
I think so.
You had FBI raids at the homes of pro-life activists for the
Why is Joe Biden with Jordan Peterson?
grave crime of singing hymns in front of abortion clinics. Meanwhile, crisis pregnancy centers
he's going, what is
have been
this? Where are
vandalized and even firebombed, and we still don't have a single arrest in any of those cases. I think that's probably more troubling to most Americans is the unfair and uneven enforcement of the law.
Right, I'm sure that your military experience makes you really think about that as well. I should point out that the Justice Department...
Yeah, Trump refused to return the documents for 16 plus months. Biden had his own lawyers return the documents and search the house because they're his own fucking lawyers, because he wanted to make sure legally he did everything the right way.
Yesterday that they haven't told the White House not to comment on this. So to your point, the White House could clear it up. The president says that the lawyers won't let him look at the documents, but as commander-in-chief, you would imagine that he would want to do that. So let me also ask you about Ukraine and Russia. There's a big meeting.
All right.
Also, let me bring up Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah, which is something different.
Let me bring up wedge issues.
Check this out. This is something Nick Fuentes said that has kind of like weird incestual vibes to it. Check this out.
With his mom
What's
or his
cringier?
sister?
Well, listen.
What's cringier? Hunter Biden is smoking crack and having sex with his hot niece. Okay, I know that's very wrong. That's very wrong. That's very immoral. I know. But it is what it is. His niece is hot. And then he got Don Jr. is dating Kimberly Guilfoyle, who's not only older than him, but older than his father's wife. Okay? So who's cooler? You're not going to make me not...
Is there a thing Hunter Biden's having sex with his niece?
Yeah, that's what the right is suggesting. There's
oh my God.
There's a lot of weird text messages, and I don't know. There's a lot of photographs that may have been doctored or that they're saying are the niece that might not be. Like, I think there was one with a foot pic they said was the niece's foot. It's like, I haven't looked a lot for this stuff, just what's came up here and
like
there.
Joe Biden because his son is cool and had sex with his hot niece.
Nobody likes Joe Biden. Nobody likes Joe Biden.
No.
Sex with his hot niece.
Oh, this guy. I saw the initial video from this. I'm glad to see that this is how it ended.
This is video of the arrest at Collier Gwynn's art gallery in San Francisco Wednesday afternoon. Gwynn, wearing a mask, was placed under arrest and put in the back of a police car. He leaned back to try to avoid the camera and didn't have anything to say. It was just last week when he apologized for his actions.
He was hosing down a homeless person.
I'm very, very sorry. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to, because I can't defend that.
This is viral video of Gwynn hosing down the unhoused woman just outside of his business. It sparked out
after Hunter Biden because they're all horned up for him.
I mean, Hunter Biden is a good target. He has a problem with taking photos of himself with crack and hookers. Like it's kind of a stupid thing to do.
Just wanted to document his vacation.
Rage among many. He says he tried to get the woman help, calling the police and social services more than 24 times.
And then you squirted water all over her during the winter time.
What they saw is very regrettable. I feel awful, not just because I want to get out of trouble or something like that, but because I'd put a tremendous amount of effort into helping this woman.
Now,
look at you helping
Gwen
her.
faces a
Just trying
misdemeanor
to,
battery
wash her a little bit. She looked dirty to me.
charge for hosing
Gave her
down
the
the
old spray down.
woman, but
Gave her some
Reverend
directions.
Amos Brown, the president of the local chapter of the NAACP, feels Collier Gwen doesn't deserve to be charged criminally. Reverend Brown personally connected with Gwen and received an apology.
Mr. Gwen admitted his wrong?
Yeah, but this isn't the guy. This isn't the person who got sprayed down by him. So why does he get to decide whether or not?
Because he's respectable. The other one's homeless.
He admitted it to me, personally, and I accepted it.
Reverend Brown says the city of San Francisco needs to
for the way
take the
he
blame
treated
for
that homeless person.
this situation between a business
homeless
owner
cannot
and a
speak
member
for
of the
themselves.
townhouse community escalating to this level.
I think that this city has been negligent, has played too much politics around this issue of the unhoused.
In Reverend Brown's opinion,
the man was obviously watering the tree.
and it's not an option to
The
leave the
homeless
unhoused
person
on the
happened to
streets
be in the
without
way.
addressing mental health or drug addiction issues. He says it's going to
having a
take a
good
community approach and hopes the incident captured on this video will motivate the community to do better.
I forgive him, and I hope that the San Francisco community will forgive him.
Forgiveness. So we had the donut shop owner in Eugene
with a bucket,
dump a bucket of like water on the homeless.
Yep.
This guy's just nonchalantly spraying him down like it's his phallic extension. He's giving her a little. Oh yeah, you like that? You like that, bitch? Get you wet, bitch. It's pretty rude. If we're going down the I-5 corridor, what's next? We're gonna have a Inland Empire hosing Los Angeles.
Quite possibly.
San Diego?
I do want to mention some stuff because we're less than a week away from the Regal Tussle, right? Or we're about no. We're a week away from the deadline for Regal Tussle entry videos. So everyone that's in the Regal Tussle has until Thursday the 26th to get me their video that's 5 minutes or less for their entry. And all of the entries are in, and all of the entry order numbers have been assigned. Now, I just want to take a minute to announce, some of the people who are not mystery contestants that are in it for sure. Last night, Shabisky got into it. Egghead basically said that we all knew he was going to be in it anyway, but Egghead's in it. Kuro, the Necromancer, Dr. Piss, Captain Kool-Aids. There's a few others. I'll play for you guys a couple promos. Here's someone that's entering the tussle that might be a surprise to some people.
It's a dog.
Yeah.
It's Zelda. Zelda's coming to actually. Doggone it. Zelda's coming to the Regal Tussle. This four-legged powerhouse is ready to take on any challenger. Will it be ankle-biting, incessant barking? Will they toy with you? Their powerful jaws know no bounds. Ladies and gentlemen, your newest actual maniac, Zelda. Zelda is ready to bring the bark to the competition and show the world that she's the top dog in wrestling. Woof woof, bitches. It's Zelda. Zelda gets a 30-minute intro video.
More like a 1 minute and 30-second intro.
There's about 28 minutes left of that.
No, it's over.
The video file must be corrected.
I recommend that everyone at the beginning of your video, for at least like 30 seconds of it, have like your intro screen and your like entrance music, if you could, because it'll play after the countdown before each entrant enters. And then we play your video. That's how it's going to go. There's going to be a countdown. Here's a...
How could I lose? It wasn't even close. I just wanted to win one last time. It's never going to happen now. What was it all for? I made a mockery of myself.
Are we canceling Magicus for writing J.K. Rowling's Hogwarts Express?
No.
I have to call Keffels?
I don't think Magicus cares what Keffels thinks of him.
Maybe it's just my time.
Should have put the song "Come On and Ride the Train" to this.
Can't keep up.
Come on.
Totally change the tune.
There's too many talented people. Can't compete with that.
Oh. This is 310 to Fupa?
My shtick is old. I don't have what it takes to be champion anymore.
Wow.
Or any less.
What is this?
The audience wants something new. It's time for me to move on.
This was a creative way to make a video, though. I do applaud this because it does look like he's on a train.
We're all worried this is a note.
I just wish I could have gotten just one more time. One last time.
Is he drunk?
Of course, he's drinking.
That doesn't look like Malibu.
Okay. Then it couldn't be alcohol. Magicus only drinks bitch brew. It's mead.
All right.
Sorry to hear that, Auntie Jessie. Oh my God,
And
Magicus.
By the way, everyone knows their entry numbers too. So now they get to choose. Do they share it with everybody? It's up to them how they want to do it.
Going back to Hogwarts.
All right, here. Oh, I'm really excited about this one. There's another new masked individual entering Actual Mania. This is Dr. Gas Mask.
They say fools rush in where angels fear to tread. I am no angel, for I fear nowhere I walk, nor am I a fool, as I have been waiting for my opportunity to do the most shocking thing in the history of actual Mania. So you have time to prepare, but leave one small gap. And now get in. By the time you know I'm there, it's already too late. Don't forget to breathe.
Should we send this video to the FBI?
No.
Are you sure? I think that was a veiled threat.
Don't forget to breathe.
I think that was a threat video.
So that's Dr. Gas Mask. He's going to be in the Regal Tussle.
Why? I think Dr. Piss is more family friendly than Dr. Gas Mask. And the other one's a doctor about piss.
This one's a doctor of gas.
That's murder.
Masks.
Hello again, Drunken Peasants podcast. It has come to my attention that simple country has succeeded in one way or another in proving his ability, though he did not do the specific task. He proved himself by contacting people he should not have access to.
People are suggesting this is you, Ben.
This
Therefore,
person?
Yeah.
No.
We do know that he is capable. So therefore, we will keep to our agreements that
mind tricks don't work on me. Only money.
Settled on a truce. This is not for the public to see.
No, we have to turn this video off. It's not for the public to see.
However, on to the next.
People are saying this is Ryby.
We will continue to be necromancer. Yes, troll. Perhaps we should offer them aid.
AIDS?
What do you mean, troll? I only mean that they appear to be in trouble. They who?
They, them.
Well, the Drunken Peasants community.
Is this the son
They
bitch
appear
that was
to be dealing
DDoSing
with
us?
Something powerful. Perhaps we could help. Yes. Perhaps we could. Then this will be an offer.
I'm so confused.
We will help you if you desire it. If you are unsatisfied with our abilities to aid you.
The dramatic pause sucks
Then-
when there's not enough fucking action in this. I don't need you to slow roll talking to a fucking troll. I'm calling it right now. 5 more seconds of this video, and if it doesn't get good, banished.
You can throw us to the wolves. However, there is still one thing.
Okay, we gotta
wish
know the
to
one
talk
thing.
about.
We gotta know the one thing.
Before I was interrupted by the troll. I only wish to help. Yes, of course. But
This is the worst Abbott and Costello bit I've ever fucking heard.
Who's on first?
there were those who doubted whether or not my motives were pure, stereotyped me into a villain. Perhaps I could be.
You are a villain because
But
you're talking
right
too slow.
now-
You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off.
I will show that I can be more than a generic villain.
You're getting mad.
Yeah. We can't go from Dr. Gas Mask in a fucking kill shelter to this. I was scared by Dr. Gas Mask. I want to call the FBI. Here, I think I want to call the who takes care of the Jared from Subways. I don't know. I want to call Alec Baldwin to handle this.
I felt an oddly dark energy emanating from my crystal ball, and I knew Diesel was in trouble. I'm gonna fuck around all day on a Sunday and smoke my halflings leaf and shit. What the fuck is up, crystal ball? What the fuck is up?
Auntie Jessie dances with bogglers.
It's like dances with wolves.
I will get my revenge for what they did to me, Jess. I will get my revenge.
There's all these demonic forces
This is
coming.
the Drunken Peasants fan base. They went from dancing with their Raspberry Pi to fucking demonic possession. What the hell, guys? It is Kuro, though.
Okay, listen, you. Wait, did I even smoke this shit yet? Maybe I should.
Pure immortal. Nobody will stop me now.
I'm not puny.
Now, thanks to that piggy,
I'm not puny.
I can use this body to exact revenge on what they did to me.
I only know one simple country man who can help me get to the bottom of this.
Uh-oh. We got a collab.
Hello? Why, hello, Miss Jessie. How are you doing today? Uh-huh. Big Diesel? Kuro?
To be continued. Big Diesel has been possessed. See, we lost a good one. Big Diesel was like this ripped DJ dancer anime weeb. It was a very happy-go-lucky character. Boom, he got possessed by Kuro down in the darkness. We got our cousin It, who I think is Ben with his hair down front, talking to a thrall. That's too demonic. Dr. Gas Mask, not as demonic as possibly legit serial killer, which I think maybe that video might need to be sent to a proper authority. I'm not sure. And then what was the other promo we watched? A dog? Thank God for the dog.
There's more. Here's the.
We gotta paste these so that they're not all demonic downers in a row.
Here's the Court of the Cringy Owl.
Better.
Hello, drunken peasants. Ben, Billy, or should I say simple country, or should I say Helga von Fattenheimer?
How about you just say something without the
Regardless,
fucking
I
mask
still
muffling your words?
Billy.
If it's not a fucking wad of hair in front of a person's mouth while they're talking, it's a mask in front of their mouth while they're talking. Sheesh.
Sheesh. Phooey.
Yes. But for my promo, I think I'm gonna call out a friend, or should I say, former friend of the court, Honest Red. Honest Red, you have been quite some help to me before against Edward Colton Hensley, except now you're on the court's list.
Uh-oh, Honest Red.
What was your crime? Well, quite simply, you called me white. As you can see,
You did a racism,
my
Honest Red.
mask is white, but looky there. My human skin is not white.
Did Honest Red pull
so you
the same
call me
thing
white
that he
and
said Pimp Monk
racist
pulled on him?
Everybody's
when you
white.
yourself is white. Is racist yourself, Mr. Red.
Wow.
Yes, Mr. Red. You are the racist one. You
I'm going to start grading actual Mania participants If you don't talk at a character pace that pleases me, you get 1 minute. You get 1 minute video. That's it. You're a little too slow, cringy court of owls. You're not saying enough. Took you 78 seconds to make that stupid fat joke about me. Not a fan.
Dishonest. You are not an honest Red. No, sir, you're not. Now, what are you dishonest about? Well, for one, you're dishonest about your love of Shabisky and Mr. Edward Colton Hedsley. And two, you're dishonest because you stole my thing. In all my previous promos against Mr. Edward Colton Hedsley, I used that term. I started that term.
What term?
And you have
Edward
the
Colton
gall
Hedsley, I
You
think.
didn't start that. I started that.
To use it in one of your promos.
I started it the night Egghead was not going to come onto the fucking actual Mania.
Because he was watching.
Because he was watching
estate sale.
Yeah, he's watching estate sales.
Are you honest?
Oh,
Red?
you know what? Court of Cringy Owl.
I would expect.
I'm gonna take your fucking gimmick. I'm gonna go to the dollar store, buy a mask that muffles my voice, and I'm gonna do it better than you, just to crush you and take your character.
Edward Colton.
That's stealing. That's really stealing.
But what you did is far worse than anything Edward has done. So now the court has now offering two things. One, he's offering an alliance to Mr. Hedsley. Like they always say, the enemy of my...
Sweet and to the point.
Yeah, Egghead.
He sent me one. Yeah, we'll see.
You definitely have been wordy before.
He's learned, though.
And we tanned your hide, we roasted your rump, and you got better. If anybody here watching right now is pissed that I'm calling you out, that's on you to get better. The heat is here. I'm giving you that X-Pac heat, baby.
Enemy is my friend. And if we're going against Honest Red, Mr. Hedsley, you are my friend. As for Honest Red, I will give you a chance. Only one chance. To admit your wrongs. To admit you stole my term. To admit you...
Stole your cum?
No, term.
The mask made it sound like Honest Red stole his cum.
But he means term, the term that you say you came up with.
I did come up with it. I
Yeah,
told you what episode too. You go right back to it. But it sounded like he stole my cum. You know what? That's your new term.
You stole my cum.
Threaten everybody in Actual Mania that they stole your cum. You stole my cum. You're going to make my babies. You stole my cum.
Who really love Edward and Mr. Shabisky. And to admit that I'm not white. You have until the next DP show when they air this promo.
Wow, so he has until tomorrow because that's the next
use
show.
your time wisely.
Yeah, but
Mr.
Honest Red, you better be on tomorrow with a video
Edward,
telling us you're giving him Court of Cringy Owl back his cum.
My offer of an alliance.
Just spit it back in his face.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna do Eggheads now. Egghead just sent this to me. This is hot off the presses right here. It's less than 1 minute long.
We need every time we start a fucking Actual Mania promo, we got to start a poll with it. And the poll is just the name of the fucking promo and pump or dump. And if the fucking dump takes the lead, we dump the fucking video.
This is a battle cam.
That's what we need for this. We need some quality control.
I mean, for this, I needed 25 contestants.
Yeah, and their promos don't need to be on every fucking hot minute of the episode.
Well, yeah, they don't need to be long.
You pump or dump the promo.
So I guess the cat's out of the fucking bag, huh? Well, might as well just come on out and say it. I, Egghead, am indeed a part of Actual Mania's Regal Tussle, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you ever think he wasn't, though? Because, I always just assumed he was in it, and then one day he's like, I think I'm going to announce that I'm in it. I'm like,
I always just assumed that he's watching estate sales now.
Oh.
And I just want to say this one thing. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, to the point. It doesn't matter what happens. Because at the end, I will be the winner of the Regal Tussle. I will throw every single one of those competitors out of there. I will eliminate every single one if I have to. And at the end, I'm coming for you. That title, Ben, is mine!
By the way, Egghead's title, I never lost it. It was stripped from me. Then Egghead won it under precarious circumstances. I don't know.
How'd you win that title?
How'd I win it? From cooking.
From cooking against King Cobra?
Yeah.
In a normally you say,
I believe he's famous for his cooking.
Normally you say vote for, or you don't say why you're voting for people, but when you went against King Cobra, you said vote for who was the better cook. You loaded that, Ben.
It's beautiful.
You're a huckster.
I'm the greatest
You're a
champion
fucking
ever.
huckster.
Longest reign.
Egghead sent you a title that you didn't earn.
My bad, I'll send another donation if you get a chance to play the one I sent you. Let's get these boys a tip train going.
All right, thank
Saturday
you.
is right around the corner.
Cheers. Thank you, Kuro.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Big Diesel, and I'm ready for the Regal Tussle in this bitch. Are you? But I'm not gonna lie. I had a little incident with some weird magical mask popping into my living room. Don't touch masks. They're not good. They're no longer good. Maybe COVID mask. That's about it. But this thing is a little annoying. I've tried multiple things. I've hit it with a JoJo reference.
Whoa.
I hit it with a magical energy blast.
A chi ball.
Whoa. Still nothing. So it seems like I have no choice but to win this next match. And if I do, hopefully I can get rid of this thing because, man, every time I do this.
Oh no.
It looks like I will be the one versing you at actual Mania. Regal Tussle after all. Because until Big Diesel wins any type of match, I will be using this body for whatever I like. Do you know what it's like having a strong body like this? I've been attached to so many weaklings, but this one's a keeper. I'll be seeing all of you at the match. I hope you're ready, including you, Luchador.
There we go.
So you have to actually give Big Diesel the win, or else you're accomplice to a sexual assault from a demon mask. That mask said he was going to use his body for whatever he wants. That's not right.
By the way, I kind of mapped it out for everybody too. So assuming that, you know, there's always, we got to leave room for maybe people to kind of flake on it. So assuming there's 25, you know, maybe there could end up being 24 or whatever. But the way I have it planned is round one, there's going to be the first 10, you know, 1 to 10 go up against each other. We eliminate the bottom 5, and then we bring in 5 more people for round 2. And then we eliminate the bottom 5, and then we bring in 5 more people for round 3, eliminate the bottom 5. Round 4, 5 more, eliminate the bottom 5, and then there's 2. So round 5 would be the final 5, and then round 6 would be the final 2. That's how it works. 6 rounds.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is follow those rules to give Big Diesel the win and save him from that mask, because you can't Me Too a mask. I've tried.
I let Big Diesel and everyone else know what their entry number is, so that should be interesting. All right. Here's Captain Cool AIDS. And let's see.
Hey y'all, it's Captain Kool-Aids. I ain't got my tie-dye bandana. Partially because I felt a black hat would be good to cover this somber backstory of mine, but also because I think somebody stole my tie-dye hat. My tie-dye bandana. You see, when I was a boy, I didn't know my father. My mother said that he was an incredible fellow with some great powers, but I never met him. And something was always empty, missing for me, so I got into that party and rock and rolling kind of life, and I met a young Freddie Mercury. He was on his South American tour.
Those are cool.
And we met up in, in Peru, and
that is the coolest kind of AIDS you could get, right?
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
What's cooler than Mercury?
We stayed in Peru for a while because there was some orgies there with some fat Peruvian asses. We clapped those cheeks all day and all night. We be high as a kite, blowing up like dynamite, and the days turned to weeks, turned to months, and the orgies got bigger and hotter. But then one day, we came down with a little disease known as HIV/AIDS, and
oh no,
we were real scared, and we tried to do some investigating. We found out that Ronald Reagan and the CIA.
I have a very interesting number I received from Benjamin. Thanks for playing my promo too. You guys are great. Let's help me get this mask off my face.
You need it. Anybody who doesn't vote for Big Diesel is voting for actual destruction of a man's psyche.
CIA/AIDS. They had been distributing AIDS around the world. And so we knew it was intentional. But we found another person who was related, who was a double agent inside the CIA, working on a solution to cure AIDS, to at least cool it down a bit. And it was called Kool-Aids. Now, it's not like the Kool-Aid you normally drink, not for most people. It's been diluted thanks to Ronald Reagan and the CIA. They forced the company to dilute it down, but...
So wait, it's not Kool-Aids. Are they saying Freddie Mercury is in Gatorade?
Gatorades.
Back in the day, it was a lot stronger. And you see, me and Freddie took it, and Freddie was able to cool his AIDS down with a lot of it. But me, I took one glass of Kool-Aid, and it started fusing with my bodies and reinvigorating my cells, and it cooled the AIDS down. And ever since, I've just been immune to all the symptoms of the AIDS. But Freddie, he needed it all the time, and he was running low one day. And he sent me out to our supplier in Peru to get more, because he only had enough for the afternoon. So I went out and I got some, and I came back, and by the time I got back, all the Kool-Aid left was gone. It was stolen. And Freddie was gone.
Okay. It's, you know what? You haven't killed it. So you find the story at least interesting enough?
Yeah, the story is definitely 100% true, and the people need to hear this.
Okay.
Even if it is being spoken through a mask that's muffled. Like you guys, when you guys get your masks and stuff,
you could do a voiceover.
You have to realize that all your speaking is going to be muffled, and that's a very important part, is having a clear speaking voice. Think about that, guys, when you mask up.
Looking there with a shocked look on his face, like somebody had come and taken his Kool-Aid, and he saw who it was. But it was too late. He couldn't tell me who, and ever since, I promised him that I would cool all the AIDS of the world. I would develop my own independent Kool-Aid, and I would investigate Ronald Reagan and the CIAs, and I would find out who did this to us, who was the agent who came into that orgy, how are they doing this, and I'm going to figure out the perfect Kool-Aid to stop this. So, ever since, I've been carrying that weight on my shoulder, trying to cool the AIDS of the whole world. And I've been fighting the good fight. So yeah, that's who I am. And if anybody wants to come to Actual Mania, trying to spread that AIDS, I'm gonna cool it down, Daddy-O. I'm gonna cool that AIDS down in the name of Freddie.
All right. So that was
Ice
Captain
cold
Cool
AIDS. I appreciate you using a pandemic not like COVID to get yourself over.
I like it. Captain Cool AIDS. All right, let's move on to something else here.
To be honest, I dream of everyone participating in the Regal Tussle to just all Royal Rumble aka gangbang on Egghead. His butthole definitely isn't the only thing getting scrambled.
Yeah, if you guys want, we'll do one of these actual manias. We'll fly everybody out. We'll all have you have sex with Egghead, and we'll videotape it.
We'll
and put it up on like OnlyFans or something.
We'll blow up an air mattress and put him on it and cover him in baby oil. Everyone just have at it.
Yeah, the illegal Regal Tussle.
Egghead will do anything for the belt.
I know Egghead will get gangbanged by everybody in actual mania for the belt.
Yeah, he will. That is cringy, though, isn't it?
It's honorable. Yes, Auntie Jessie, you're allowed to just cuddle. That's the thing about an orgy. You can just cuddle. Anybody who tells you not is not in the true spirit of orgy. That's the great thing about my penis and my days as a gigolo. I sell you the whole dick, but you're only gonna need the tip.
All right, let's get an update on Cobes.
Weekend update with King Cobra JFS.
I like how they chose the news music.
It's a weekend update.
What is up?
What up, YouTube? Working on bleaching some black jeans that I got for Christmas with the Cobra and skull stencils. Kicking back, watching some Elvira on YouTube. Do a drink combo that I had earlier.
Double chocolate 360 vodka and Monster energy drink. Is this a Cookie Monster? What is this?
There we go. Half chocolate vodka, half Monster green energy. I would call it a chocolate Cobra, but we already called the last one that, so we could call this a chocolate Monster Cobra, which that doesn't sound too PC, does it? Jeffrey Epstein can fuck off. No, that's the thing of it. Prince Andrew got caught hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Instead of owning up to it, fucker denied it. I'm like, bro, then what's this photo with you and this alleged underage girl?
Okay.
Alleged underage girl.
We gotta call out. Big Diesel in the chat is thirst trapping. We know you're so hot, Big Diesel. You got all the muscles. You're super attractive. You're also possessed by a demonic mask. You tick all the boxes, but you don't have to ask people in the chat if you're the only one that listens to Drunken Peasants in the shower. Now we're all thinking of you in the shower with that demonic mask on, lathering your body. Come on.
Not only that, but like I've heard some like really nasty things about Prince Andrew, the Queen's recently deceased Queen's son. He's an entitled, arrogant piece of shit, and he treats royalty staff like crap. Dude, fuck that, you spoiled little fucking wanka. Buying a t-shirt's a great way to support the channel. This tastes like chocolate and Monster Green Energy Original. Pretty tasty.
It tastes like the two things you poured into it that don't go together.
Right.
Interesting. Sometimes I think that Cobra's drink combos would taste better vomited up.
They probably do. That's probably...
The stomach acid would add that bind that makes two normally non-workable flavors mesh together. The acidic, the acids would create a compound and a binding taste of bile to give them that extra kick. It tastes like a fucking hot soup.
Right now I'm watching Elvira's movie Macabre, Count Dracula's Great Love. Available free with ads on YouTube, movies, and TV.
Not a
Not even wearing a bracelet, see? Okie dokie, lots of fun coming up. Lots of fun. Take my...
Yeah, you look like lots of fun. Friday the 13th was a really good day for me, man. I spent some time with my dad. We went to the hardware store. And I took I got some gifts for Christmas to a particular hardware store that would allow me to buy more wand-making supplies, essentially. And that's exactly what I did.
Look at all
I
those
got a
dowel
box
rods.
full of cylinders ready to carve out into a Cobra craft. I'll be
Nice.
offering more colors too. Honestly, if I built my clock tower dream house, I know the notes of the final rope swung bell. But more importantly, I'd have a pet raven if I could. Have it chilling out in my dream house.
Not a bad idea, too.
Those all black ravens, and then I'd teach him to cuss like a sailor, dude. Hey, Zach, thank you for your $1 to Cash App for time to go to bed. Better not go live, boy. Yeah, well, I'd like to see you make me. Your $1 really is going to influence me, let me tell you. Maybe you should get a life. Shout out to Alex Ford. I got $350 for my album, plus the $150 that he gave me as a Christmas advance.
I wonder how much all these guys pay for rent.
In Casper, it's probably way lower than obviously how it would be here.
We should get a clock tower and just we'll be slumlords for all the lolcows. Get them living together in our clock tower.
So I could buy presents for people in my life. No, I'm going to be making wands for my extended family members that I spent Christmas with because I feel like an absolute
Brother
ass.
R-, do not talk down on Elvira. Elvira, and no matter what age she is as bangable now as ever.
For ending up in, that's not a good feeling when you're getting picked up by your father from jail on Christmas Eve. Not exactly a, Bing Crosby freaking picturesque. I'm dreaming. Well, don't even get me started. I could totally sing like Bing Crosby. It's pretty sad.
He's the most versatile singer ever.
Your trolls are more concerned about me getting laid than I am. Like, it'll happen when it happens, dude. You can't rush a good thing. You really can't. I've been making hella good money on my t-shirts, too, so I appreciate that. Excuse me. And that's just the truth of it, because now when next Christmas comes around, I'm going to...
Cheech Wizard says Martha Stewart is the hottest old lady. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. It's a tie between Elvira and Dolly Parton, and if I had 2 consent cards, I would hand them to both of them, and I would go down in history as the greatest man to have ever banged.
I'm reminded of last year's fiasco and, just how I made my family feel, to be honest. And I've definitely been cutting down on my drinking. I know people don't see it. They're not going to see it, dude. That's the
They're not
thing
going
of
to
it.
see it
I could go
because
on,
you're always
I
drinking.
could be literally not have a single goddamn drink all fucking day. And they'd be like, well, it's about to be 5 o'clock. Fuck it. Then you go on camera and be like, hey, it's after 5. Here's the drink combo of the day kind of thing. That looks a lot better than just sitting there at like 11:30 in the morning like, hey, fuckers.
Dude, I don't even give a fuck if there's cheese pull on these goddamn ribs or not, son. That's just...
Cobes is also terribly high here. Everybody who's calling him out for cutting down on drinking, he drank an entire weed soda, okay? That's why he's so zonked here.
Extra flavor.
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Night Court, starring the girl from Big Bang Theory, King Cobra was high here, not as drunk as he looks.
He was drunk too.
He's very high.
I saw how much he drank.
But it's the weed soda here that's got
Why
him
do you
like
feel
this.
the need to defend everything?
Because this is misinformation.
What it is. Okay.
You're gonna just allow misinformation on this podcast?
You never care if what you say is misinformation.
I'm always telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on Drunken Peasants podcast. Yeah, of course he's also
Monkey
drinking scotch in this moment, Hawkeye. Of course. I didn't say he's not drinking.
This is really
I'm
good
saying he's
stuff,
so
you
zonked
two.
because of the weed soda. This is obviously a different type of King Cobra drunk than we're used to him being. This is a high. I'll take that to the court. The Court of Owls, the Court of Public Opinion, Night Court, your choice. The DA in frickin' Santa Fe with Alec Baldwin, the gunslinger, on the podium.
Off the weekend of the week with like $79+. Yeah, let's do that. Plus like the 200 some other I have in my bank. I am not complaining, dude. It's been a good weekend for your boy.
Classic Cobra.
That's empty. Okay. So you gotta check out that tactical soap. Coupon code King Cobra affiliates.
Joey's
and
in
coupon
the
will
house.
be in the
Helen Mirren is very
description.
hot. Mary Steenburgen.
little
I wouldn't even
box
call
if
Mary
you-
Steenburgen old. Mary Steenburgen. I don't. She's beautiful, but I mean, I can't put them over Elvira and Dolly Parton. It's probably because I like big old granny tits.
Will below the video. You can check it out. And even though I have not had sex in 5 years, I honestly don't care because I know the soap works. And I want to continue to wait patiently. Just
I've also, in solidarity with Cobes, I've been using tactical soap, and I haven't had sex for 5 years either. So it works.
keep doing my thing. You know, and this is why I like wearing the tactical soap, is because if I go to a goddamn bar...
I like how he wears it. He doesn't wash himself with it. He wears tactical
with my
soap.
buddies. And I just got done showering with my tactical soap. Got some clean clothes on, looking and smelling sharp, you know, handsome and all that sort of thing. Fucking yeah, dude. Chicks pick up on that shit.
That was
But
interesting.
somebody who's been rejected
He's like, yeah,
by every chick I've liked since the 4th grade. Women notice me when I wear the soap. I don't got to be like, oh yeah, I'm King Cobra JFS. You know, I'm this autistic goth rock star, Satanist, hippie, vampire fucker, you know.
That's a resume right
I know
there.
it sounds weird, but I'm a Satanist who loves church bell towers and clock towers. Like, I love the sound of church bells. It's magnificent. I'll trust and believe if I fucking built
Quasimodo.
my clock towered mansion, the content on my channel would get so much more entertaining. Watching Cobra learn how to play the carillon and be like, if I built my clock tower dream house, yes, I would make my own alcohol and trust and fucking believe I'd have it in barrels in my fucking basement, you know, fermenting into like the strongest.
Oh my God,
legally
how great
able to
would a
make
barrel-aged bourbon called JFS be? I would be there for that. I'd buy a fucking like
Does it
7
have
fifths.
like Mountain Dew mixed into it or anything?
He probably would use hints of what is it? Saffron? Is that what's in there? Is that what the Mountain Dew flavor is? Hints of saffron.
I think it might be. I don't know.
Sweetest,
I think
most potentest
it might
drink
be.
ever.
Liquid smoke.
Like, have you tried some of Cobra's potion? What, this homemade wine? No, I haven't, dude. 2 glasses of this will fuck you up. 2 glasses later.
Yeah, I'd drink fucking 2 glasses of bog water just to see if I died. Flockus of saffron is expensive. Look, we spare no expense here at the King Cobra Distillery and Clock Tower.
Hey, you know what? I kind of like this Cobra guy. He makes really
Slivers of
fucking
tactical
good
soap
wine.
in the barrel
Anyways,
aged
YouTube, I'll catch you
JFS
later.
experience. Yes, I detect hints of tactical soap. The aromatics of this bog water is impressive. The JFS bog water
What's up,
was
YouTube?
worth the
It's your boy
$940
King Cobra
a fifth I
JFS
paid for.
back at it with another video. We're chilling like a rock star villain. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. If you want to buy a badass t-shirt, I will put a link to it in the comments.
Did Cobes have a Martin Luther King Jr. Day T-shirt?
I think so.
Lit.
He's very topical.
The Power to the People shirt.
Yep.
Rocking some Dreamer glasses, very retro. Speaking of dreamers, I dream of a world where black power and white power can just get along.
That was great.
It's not about
Martin Luther King Cobra over here.
black. It's about power to the people. That's why I call it people power, because the power is in our hands to change it. So I do have a Bud Light. I bought 2 of these last night, and I wanted to save one for today to toast to Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's what's up.
It's most definitely what's up, Tubes.
It is.
Let's have a drink for that
January
fine alcoholic philanderer, Martin Luther King Jr.
16th. So join me today in fighting the fight against racism and sexism like we do every day.
Some Costco's sell literal barrels of bourbon. You can add some stuff to it, bottle it and make your JFS bourbon.
Oh my God.
It doesn't have
What's
to
a
be
barrel of Costco bourbon cost? I'm looking that
Is
up
it like
right
Kirkland
now.
brand?
I'm going to see what it
bourbon?
costs. Costco bourbon barrel. We just add fucking Mountain Dew and Doritos to that shit. Let it shake it up in the back of a pickup truck. Driven around Wyoming for 8 fortnights. You can get a barrel of bourbon at Costco, Jack Daniel's bourbon, for $8,600. So we get the $8,600
way
barrel.
too much.
How many fifths is in a barrel? $265 fifths in a whiskey barrel.
Because the power
So all
is
we
in
gotta
our
do is sell 265 fifths.
Okay, get on that and let me know.
hands.
If we can
to
sell them
change
for
it.
$40 a piece, we make a profit.
Cool.
Even with buying our Doritos.
All right.
You're a businessman, Ben. You want to make money. We're only at $180 here tonight. Imagine if we were selling
them out.
JFS branded bourbon. Inspired. Oh, see a little couch beer? A little couch beer we could pour into the fucking
That couch is so
the
nasty.
barrel. Pour some couch. We're gonna take the
Okay.
barrel and we're gonna funnel the whiskey from the barrel through a dirty.
I don't want
love
to talk
seat.
about the barrel anymore.
Why?
Because
The one in the chat if you want to talk about the barrel, guys.
I don't give a fuck.
I didn't even bring up the barrel. This was the audience
I'm down
idea.
for the cause, 100%.
One in the
man.
chat, guys. If you want to
'Cause
talk
I
about the
ask
barrel,
myself
two in the
as
chat.
a white person,
you want to
how
move
would
on?
it feel if I was in their shoes? I'd hate it. If some trigger-happy black cop shot me because he didn't like whiteys. If the system systematically started hating white people, I'd fucking hate it. So when you're seeing like pop culture today where it's all like bullying straight white
All the
cisgender
dudes are banned.
people, and
You're all
people are
banned.
sick of it because it just seems like overdrawn. I hear both sides of that argument. Us straight white cisgendered folks have been real assholes to everyone else. So what do? You know, if it takes the next 600 years of my people getting oppressed to satisfy the crowds, so be it.
So be it.
Yeah.
Look, if I gotta kill Ozzy Osbourne so pedos stop pedoing, I'm fine with it. If my people get 600 years of oppression, I'm fine with it. I'm the arbiter of justice. King Cobra JFS.
Yep.
JFS stands for Justice for Some.
But I guarantee you it's not going to be nearly anywhere as bad as the oppression that blacks have had to face. Nowhere near.
Guarantee it. Because you know why? And this is why I know Cobes is a true white supremacist. Because the blacks are not as good as oppressing as the whites are. So 600 years of oppression to the whites by the blacks, cakewalk. Compared to 200 years of oppression by the whites to the blacks. Because the whites are, the white supremacy they're supreme at oppressing. You say what you want about the whites, but they're right up here when it comes to oppression. The top.
Now I'm checking my white privilege at the door by saying that. That's just what it is, dude.
This is a good Martin Luther King Day speech.
I know. I love it. He has a dream.
But since Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, it's only gotten slightly worse.
That's hard to admit. The things have only gotten slightly worse since the assassination of Martin Luther King.
Fucking mass shootings, George Floyd getting killed, people using the money they make from Black Lives Matter and corrupting an organization that had potential to do so much good.
Oh no.
You got the assholes in BLM who are pointing laser pointers at cops and then calling it a peaceful protest.
I love his face.
All that
there.
does is just make the BLM look bad, you know, and that's uncalled for in my opinion. Now, the reason why Black Lives Matter is an organization is because black people have been systematically oppressed for like the last 600 plus years. You get killed just for being black, and that's honestly shit in my opinion. There are people out there who've been killed for just being a witch. You know, with the Salem witch trials and shit like that. There are people out there who've been killed just for being Jewish with the Holocaust and shit. The world we live in is so miserably fucked.
Salem witch trials, Holocaust, George Floyd. We need reparations for all. Good Martin Luther King Day Jr. speech from King Cobra.
Yeah, there we go.
All these mean things, and there's no way that she's going to be feeling good about that. There's no way that Lala feels good about texting me. Why are you so obsessed with me? You know how easy it is to get a restraining order against you? Do you know how easy I've been on you? Ha ha. I stay laughing at the malicious people like you who are less than me. No college degree, no job, reject from Howard Stern, has to pay for friends, engaged to a sexual predator. Stay doing what you're doing, Elisa. Stay alone forever.
This is from Lala. I guess they broke up again.
Oh no.
Stay obsessed with me forever too. Your endless talk and songs about me is awesome. It helps my case against you that much more. You're a psycho. You need to be blocked, stalker, obsessed with hating and bullying me because deep down, Elisa wishes she was me. I do not wish I was Lala. Lala has not achieved anything in her life at all. Not one achievement.
She got married.
I get my confidence from achievements. And sharing with the
It was
world.
like a surprise. She didn't want anyone to know about it, but she mentioned it in the stream.
She slipped up because she was so happy.
Lala has not done that, so I'm not jealous of that. I am jealous of like people that I'm jealous of like Oprah, like Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters is dead. You're jealous of her?
Jenny McCarthy seems to have a cool life.
Jenny McCarthy?
Howard Stern a little bit. I'm jealous. Maybe Kelly Ripa, people that I think have cool careers and cool lives. I am jealous of. I'm not jealous of somebody that like lives in their car and has a pimp. I'm not jealous of that.
Oh, it's a husband.
I see you're loud
Elisa.
insecurities, girl. You're almost
That's a pimp
50.
husband that she has.
Failed at everything. Weezy and Eric getting paperwork too. You're lonely and evil.
pimp's
Hell
love
is really
is like
for
a
people like
husband's
you.
love.
Now I'm done texting.
But
You want to stream? I'm
benefits
ready.
far
Meet me
beyond
in Santa
marriage.
Monica. We got you. All right, Lala. I'll meet you in Santa Monica after this. Okay? After my job interview, I will meet you. Just give me an address. Give me an address.
Where is
and
she
we will
meeting her?
stream in Santa Monica.
I could have hung out with Lala and Elisa Jordana yesterday. What the hell,
after
man?
My job interview today. Lala, what a bitch. But I will. I'll do it for my stream because I really care about my stream. How annoying.
How bizarre.
No, Sydney, Lala has not been nice to me for a really long time. Unfortunately. I think it's good. Oh, somebody's calling. Kermit and Friends. IRL customer service. How can I help you?
Hey, Lisa, you gotta be really careful when you go to Encino today. You know, egg gang is very prevalent over there, and they will egg you. They've been announcing it in your chat there.
Wait, the egg gang is in Encino?
Yes,
the egg gang.
Is Egghead started a gang in Encino?
I think so.
Is Egghead the Encino man?
They have headquarters?
He's Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, he's the whale.
Wait, the egg what's the headquarters? Just like a room full of eggs?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, that's what I hear. I mean, I'm just the messenger. You know, egg gang is very prevalent.
Teddy, this video you sent me, you want me to play it now? You want me to play it on the show tonight?
Over there, Mondo found out the hard way on one of his streams.
All right, so is it like eggs in a shell that they throw?
Eggs in a shell.
Like raw?
Egg power.
No, they throw frittatas at you.
Streamers.
So like eggs in a shell, like hard
the proud
eggs,
eggs.
or Like,
no, regular eggs.
Just regular eggs, like they buy them and then they throw them. All right.
You get egg all over you.
Oh, so I get egg all over.
She's really good at asking too many questions, like figuring out like too many questions.
Yeah, just watch out. Keep your eyes open because egg is very. It's a crazy guys. It's crazy guys.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Here's a video Teddy sent me. Let's see.
Hey, hey there. Oh yeah, I am going to kick your ass butt ass. I'm going to kick your butt in the ass. Right, my foot is going in your butt ass. Yeah, because it's getting kicked by me. Yeah, and then I'm going to poop in your mouth. Right?
What?
Do bears poop in the woods? No, I poop in your fucking mouth.
What?
I'm going to squatty potty over your face and drop a dose in your pie hole. That's what's happening. You're eating shit tonight.
No!
Whatever night the big event thing is happening. Or who am I fighting? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm kicking your ass. Everybody's going down. I'm going to be the winner. Winner, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a terrible rapper. You can throw this rhyme right in the crappy. I'm the worst rapper that's ever been. I'm a worse rapper than John Cena. No, actually, I'm like The Rock, because I've got a massive cock. Yeah. And if you think your dick is fat, guess what? It doesn't matter. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Am I rapping? Why am I rapping? I don't know. Fuck. What are we doing? I don't know. But yeah. Did I do that right? Is that good? I don't know. Anyway, keep it real.
So, I guess there's finally a better body than Big Diesel on Actual Mania.
Yes, the little teddy bear body.
We got the fucking Cuddle King, Teddy Rubskin over here.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Cringy Rapskin.
Oh, check this out. So we're going to go for just a little bit longer, and then the post show's coming back tomorrow. I'll have the post show ready tomorrow, so usually around this time we'd go do the post show, but we'll just stay around a little bit longer if you guys want to help us with the goal, help us get a little closer there. Start a tip train for this last part of the show. Here we go.
Let's get a few regions and this goal. Also, I'm thumbing that brute hillbilly. Otherwise, I'm casing my whole body in fat.
Oh my god, that was goose juice.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they gonna touch me?
Goose Juice said, let's Tenha Fujin Zan this goal.
Tenha Fujin Zan?
What is that? Is that an anime? And you're not thumbing my butthole, Goose Juice. Not for $20. Not for $200. Do not pass go. Keep your finger out of my ass. You're kamikazing in your whole body in fat, and it's going to be a tub of lard far away from me. Or else you're a sicko.
Check this out.
All right, you guys. I'm finally making it in the world, bro. Guess who's got fucking merchandise? This asshole.
Yeah, buy a t-shirt from Jared. He doesn't wear them.
Shirts?
Guess who you probably shouldn't support? This asshole. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around, guys. But, yo, I want to give a huge fucking shout out to my homie. He knows who he is. I don't want to say his name on here because I don't want anything to happen to him, but big fucking shout out to the homie. One of my friends on Discord helped me out with these designs. I edited him just a little bit, but believe me, most of the credit goes to this motherfucker. Amazing dude, salute. Gotta give the homie a shout out. But man, oh man, have I got some bangers for you guys, bro. I got a Sega logo.
I want to point out that, so he's talking about all his merch and everything. His account, like, already has been terminated. So he must have been uploading, like, copyrighted stuff or...
He just used the Sega Genesis logo and changed it to say Jared Genesis?
Maybe.
Jared Genesis. I got a Power Ranger Jared Genesis and a motherfucking Ninja Turtle. So please check it out. I'll link it in the description. This site is really badass because you don't have to pay for any of the fucking products.
It's Redbubble. He just discovered, like, how these Redbubble type, Teespring type websites
the
work.
shirts or mugs or whatever. It's basically like PayPal where they just take a chunk out of your check. So that's so fucking great for poor people like me who can't afford to buy a bunch of shirts. So shout outs to fucking Merch Bubble, I think it's called. I forgot, but
He doesn't
something
even know
Bubble.
the name of it.
Anyways, guys, listen, man, you know, I'm not gonna beg for your support, but I will just say this. Buying one of my shirts would really, really help me out because honestly, I have no income at all, bro. I tried selling my artwork and look.
Remember his artwork? It looks like a 5-year-old drew it.
I'll admit I'm no Picasso, but I had zero success with that. So this is my second effort now. And I can assure you guys, okay, I will not blow this on stupid things.
Listen, he just said, I will not blow this on stupid things. Listen to what he says next.
I'm not King Cobra JFS.
What?
I'm not King Cobra JFS.
Did I say you were?
No, that's what he's going to say.
Oh, no. I was like, what? I was like, does he think I'm saying he's being like King Cobra?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to call what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here it is.
And I can assure you guys, okay, I will not blow this on stupid things. I'm actually going to start investing in crypto.
It's actually probably a good time to invest in crypto.
If it goes back up.
All signs are showing this is the upswing. We all could be wrong. This is not a financial podcast.
Same guy who did these designs said he would help me with that. So fuck yeah, dude. You know, homie's got to make a living. I don't work, you know what I'm saying? 9 to 5 life just ain't for me. Plus, I doubt most people would hire me anyway. But I'm just trying to hustle out here, homie. So yeah, I mean, I just want you guys to know, like, it would seriously help a brother out. You know, if you want to get yourself, and they have all kinds of shit. They'll put my design on literally anything. I saw posters. I saw phone cases. You could have a Jared Genesis phone case. So
it's another thing he doesn't have is a phone. He doesn't have shirts or a phone, but he's selling phone cases and shirts.
Listen, man. Okay, do not feel like you have to do this, but it would extremely help me out. It would, bro. And you know, I'm just out here trying to hustle, trying to fucking survive and help my family out because my family, I don't mean to make a sob story, okay, but like my family and I are not doing exceptionally well right now in terms of finances. So this would help them out too, I can assure you. You know, we're all struggling out here, bro. I don't want to make it sound like I'm the only one. You know, the struggle is fucking real. But
he could help his family out by moving out.
I just wanted to say too, though, like, for anyone wondering about why I don't work, I can give you one reason. And this isn't necessarily to make anyone feel bad, but it also kind of is for my haters. You guys, you fucked me over so much that I can't even work at McDonald's anymore.
He's saying, like, the people on the internet that talk about him, they made it so that he can't get a job.
Probably because he goes to apply and they see that he's talking about banging 8-year-olds and they have a play ball pit there.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that's what's even happening. But even if that did happen,
for jobs probably.
I don't think he has. But even if he had, like, even if they were like, oh yeah, we saw bad things about you on the internet, it's only because he made those videos putting that out there.
Literally, no lie, I actually applied for McDonald's and fucking Taco Bell on my time off, and Chick-fil-A, dude. I actually did an interview with Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. But, bro, yeah, I'm unhireable at this point because of stupid internet shit. unless I change my name, but fuck that. I'm not going to change my name because of these assholes. So literally, I could not even work if I wanted to. Not that I care, because really, fuck McDonald's anyway. I've been there, done that with that horse shit. When I was 21, I worked at Jack in the Box. It nearly killed my ass.
He almost died at Jack in the Box.
Working at Jack in the Box.
Yeah, he kept falling asleep into the fryer.
But, like, I'm just letting you guys know, for those of
It's not a very risky job working in a fast
you
food
who are
restaurant.
wondering why I don't work, that's a fucking reason right there. I tried it, bro. Okay, because I know my family's not doing exceptionally well right now, and I wanted to help support them. So
Jared the family, man.
I just want you guys to know
Keep
this
him away
would
from your family.
definitely be helping out my family as well, my parents. You know, we're in the country right now, living in the goddamn...
I like how he's got like maybe 300 people that hate watch him, and he thinks that they're going to buy enough T-shirts to help his family.
No, they probably reported his shit. That's probably why it got taken
Yeah.
down so quickly.
But even if all the hate watchers like, yeah, let's buy a T-shirt, it wouldn't help his family. At best, he'd be able to go buy some bullshit.
Trailer park house. Not exactly doing great, but we're surviving, and that's the important thing. So anyways, guys, I'm so stoked to have merch. It's so great. So even if you don't want to buy anything, just check it out for the lols, because it's pretty fucking hilarious and awesome. I'll link it in the description. So
Does anybody
thanks, guys.
have pictures of the T-shirts before they got deleted?
I wish I would have. By the time I went to it,
Tell me Zoe saved them. Somebody tell me. I gotta go run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Tell me somebody saved them.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen them, but I didn't. I missed it. I missed it all. Everybody, please give the stream a like. We're back again tomorrow, and then we're back again on Saturday. We're doing 3 in a row again because of the computer issues, but we're up and running once again. Let's see. Okay, so everybody, give the stream a like, start a tip train. We're actually only going to go for a little bit longer.
Thanks for watching. Have a rad day. Peace.
Peace. Shit. I'm very excited. I'm looking at this list of people entering the Regal Tussle, and the order is very interesting. And the order of it giving you such an advantage makes it pretty much anyone can win, especially the people who drew the numbers that land their start in the fourth round. There are some people that start in round 1. There are some people that start in round 2, some 3, and some 4. If you start in the fourth round, you have an advantage over everybody else. Everybody else that's there went through at least 1, maybe even 3 rounds before that. I'm just suggesting that you create like a not a black screen Magicus, like a cool logo screen and maybe like an animation if you want to go that far. You know, like when wrestlers come out and their music hits on the big screen behind them, they play like it's usually like the wrestler's like logo and then maybe like footage of them wrestling in the past. So it's like that. They call it a Titantron, colloquially. That's what it's known as.
Hey Ben.
Yes.
Hey lady.
Hey lady!
Chugga my sweet boys.
Oh, why thank you. Holy shit. That's what we needed. Damn. Goddamn. That is that's something we needed to happen. I feel like I haven't gotten a good night's sleep since the computer was totally functional. Hopefully tonight that will happen. This is our first show on the new. The last few shows were on kind of like a hybrid of the old and new, but now the new machine is mostly all new parts. There's a few things that were reused, but I'm running 2 GPUs, but one of the GPUs is a 4080. And then the other GPU is one of my old ones. So let's see here. That's why it's really important that we eventually meet the goal for the fundraiser here. I set the goal all the way until May, but I'm hoping we can get it relatively quick, like in the next few months here. Yeah, so the new I bought an RTX 4080 GPU, and that was like $1,400 after taxes, maybe $1,500, somewhere in there. Sales tax is really high in my state because we don't have a state income tax, so we have like a higher than usual sales tax here. But yeah, that would be cool to eventually meet this goal. I have it linked down in the chat if you guys, between now and the end of the campaign, if you guys want to throw a couple bucks in there over time, it'll add up. It added up, and we got to 69%. See, right now, that the RTX 4080 is running at 22%, and then the GTX 1080, the old one that I'm still using, is running at like 64%.
What's up, sickos?
Yeah, so the new computer setup is running way better than before.
So start sending us more money now.
There's 107 days left, but you know,
I need money now.
Is it like it's like JG Wentworth?
Give me my money now.
You like those commercials?
They're pretty funny.
They used to do like 877 cash. No.
Give me my money now.
Yeah. Do you remember Where's the Beef, or were you too young to remember that?
I think I don't remember it from its original run. I think I remember it from it being referenced on like, I love the 80s.
It was
Strikes
so
back.
big. There was even a board game. My grandma had
the
them.
Shigos.
Stop the shikos.
A few donos came through while you were gone.
Can tell.
Yeah, so we're going into tomorrow's show. 34%. I was thinking like I wish we could go see Andrew perform live, but we got to do the show unless we like do the show earlier than usual or something.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Yeah, that's it.
That Jarjosa knows.
JG Wentworth.
I need my cash now. It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Yep. Oh, man. I remember how late at night, like all the commercials were just like phone sex lines. You don't see that anymore, but if you stayed up past like 10:30 p.m. and watched TV, there was a certain point where like all of the commercials were like phone sex lines.
Because like, are there even phone sex lines anymore?
I don't know.
Everybody just goes online and does like Chatterbait or whatever.
Yeah. That's like the new phone
Pick up
sex.
the phone. There's hot, horny ladies in your area.
At least that way you know what they actually look like too, because you never knew.
That was part of the fun.
Yeah.
You have to use your little ring finger to do the rotary phone to call 1-900-HOT-LIPS. Then you're talking to a 500-pound estrogen-laden fat man who drops his voice like this and says, "Oh, baby, I love it when you smack your pecker against the rotary phone and use your
rotary phone.
And use your penile head to dial 911. Dial 911. I accidentally dialed 911 today.
Oh, no.
It was an accident. They called back. I was like, the first thing I said was, I'm in the closet. I said, "'Cause I'm gay." And then they were like, "Oh, that's a good one, Bill Fridge." And they put me in jail. No, I just said, I think we pocket dialed you. My apologies. And they're like, "Okay, bye."
That's
I always worry they're going to
else.
send a squad car out.
They could if they heard something that sounded concerning.
Yeah.
Like if someone was screaming help in the
Yeah,
background
like,
or something
don't mind
like
that person there. They're practicing their line for a new 900 sex commercial.
New Alec Baldwin movie.
Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up. I think you guys should send us some content for tomorrow's show. Join the Discord, and then there's like all the places you can drop content into. Send us some funny, crazy, weird stuff that you've seen recently, or any news stories, or anything that you think might be interesting. And we will see all of you tomorrow. You all have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye.
1-800-CALLED-COLLECT charged me a premium just to donate to this goal.
Is the mic live? Yeah. All right, the mic's live. That was Goose Juice.
Thank you, Goose Juice.
1-800-CALL-DP-COLLECT charged me a premium just to donate to this goal. Goose Juice, thank you for that money. Everybody else, have a good night.